Hey everyone, welcome to the Wacky Tabaxi Tavern. We're going to be continuing our live play Pathfinder stream in just a moment. The Constant Chronicle episode 2. I enjoyed the first one. It was a lot of fun. So we're going to be joined by Brian, Courtnizzle, Taith, and Kelly in just a moment. Do not forget that we are giving away another one of these fancy gelatinous cube D6s. We've got a better picture of it on our Discord. If you're not already a member, jump over there and you can get a look at it. But let's go ahead and get the giveaway started so everyone can get in on it. We're gonna reset it. What's up, Timber? We'll be getting ready to start in just a second. So the giveaway is open. Do exclamation point raffle to get in. Graham cake, ooh. There we go. All right, so Timber's in. All right, we're gonna welcome everybody else in. So I'm gonna unmute myself in Skype, and we're gonna cut over to there, and hopefully maybe we'll get a synopsis. And all right, Timber, that's totally fine. But I'm gonna let Brian go through that. All right, here we go. All right, everyone, go ahead and unmute yourselves. Say hi to everybody out there. Kelly,
Hi to everybody out there.
You're not as well lit as you were last week. Courtney's just gonna give you a wave. She's so nonchalant about everything. Okay. I've talked about the giveaway. I've set us up what we're doing tonight. Do we get a previously on?
Yeah, sure. Previously on the Constant Chronicle. You may recall from our last adventure. Our crew members, all of you guys, you met for the first time. A giant egg fell from the sky, crashed into Saris's home village called Entredunard. I don't know if you guys have been told that yet, but he knows that. Yeah, you guys broke out of the egg. Were met with some reluctance by the locals, but because of one local, we're sort of, given an excuse to be there. Maybe still some hostility towards you guys, but you guys have tried to make amends. I think one of you has offered to make some repairs to houses. One of you has offered to help brew alchemical creations or potions of some kind. One of you paid respects with the money on the dead bodies. Saris probably knows more than you guys do that you're probably not going to be welcome here for very long. But for the time being, you're welcome at least in his treehouse. In this town for the time being that's currently without leadership. When we last left you guys off, you had just retired to this treehouse for the night, as it were. Throughout the night, you'll hear the sounds of gnashing, wailing, crying. People have, lost their loved ones. Are digging up their remains, piling them onto a bonfire. To ashes they must return, as their Gozran tradition, return the bodies to the earth.
They're fertilizer now.
Yep.
So this is happening while we're sleeping?
I wouldn't say you guys are sleeping, probably
Okay.
because of all the noise. And you might be the most tired one of all, Saris. But I think your other three companions are pretty wide awake because they awoke from a full rest inside that egg. So none of them were tired at all, probably. But it is dark. It is nighttime, and you. I don't know if they want to interfere without you, but all this is going on outside as you guys are within the hut.
Well, I think I'd be out there. I think I'd be out there helping.
Yeah, you can go back out. Would you like to leave guests indoors?
Yeah. You have free reign of my home. Make yourselves comfortable. We can talk more about the circumstances of what's going on. Once we get this cleaned up. And you're free to come and help if you'd like. But if you'd like to stay here and rest, that's fine too. And I go ahead and start to leave.
Yeah, it's not too far. This is all in the same little village, Entredunard, so it's not very far. You can see all this from your front porch. So yeah, you can go down and help with the bodies. There also seems to be the huge egg that cracked in the center of your town.
Mm-hmm.
The center of your town, the ceremonial place for your village. So they're trying to clear that as well. So they're trying to crack this very large egg into smaller pieces and move it out of the way. So that's going on as well. So if you
You
guys
know,
want to help, either pulling bodies into a fire or cracking up the egg to help out.
I'd like to assist moving the bodies, actually.
Good on you.
Yeah, I want to go help tie bodies on the fire.
What'd you say about cracking the egg? It's just like cracking it all the way open? Is that what we were doing?
Some of the village people are seem to be cracking it down more into smaller pieces to get it out of the way. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll help with that then.
Yeah, help smash it. Do some smashy. Smashing's fun.
I'll help with moving the bodies.
That's you there, Balvin.
Yes, I think I'm gonna go down and kind of just look around, see what everybody else is doing, and just chime in if I see someone that needs help doing something.
Like manage, right? Yeah.
No. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
able body, but I'm not sure really where to go
Yeah.
or who
If you
needs
see
help.
a place to fill in, you'll fill in.
Exactly.
All right, yeah, that's fine. You'll do your part. Like I said, you guys are sort of met with weird looks because you're not local. But for the time being, that's not a problem because no one can kick you out yet. But throughout the night, as you guys are doing this, there are whispers of, who the next Den Mother's going to be. You guys probably won't pick it up on it as much as, of course, Saris will. And you know this is coming. When one Den Mother's gone, another one must replace it.
Mm-hmm.
So there was already talk about who's the next Den Mother in town. And that'll definitely affect you guys' future in town, at least.
Who's in the running? Or is it like a clear-cut thing?
Knowledge local.
Kelly, if you make your light a little brighter, the image might work a little bit better. And the cats are on the stove.
I brightened it.
Oh, I meant like with your light. Turn your light a little brighter. Knowledge local! Ooh, okay. Not bad.
It's pretty bright.
That is a 19.
All right. There are 3 sort of contenders.
Mm-hmm.
There's Bernice, Adelaide, and Obadair.
Okay, hold on just 1 second.
These are the running. This is the election people.
Not really an election. Den Mother's sort of an honorary title.
Oh, okay.
What were those names again? I have my notepad open.
Adelaide, Bernice, and Obadair.
Okay.
These are all people you know well. Like, so this is all kin to you.
Yeah.
And in general, Den Mothers are the oldest females that still live here in L'Antra. Although Obadair is a male. It wouldn't be the first time you've had a male Den Mother. Although it's very rare.
Okay.
And they're still called Den Mother even when it is a male.
It's an honorary title. Okay.
But they're the 3 in contending for the, they're about the age that one could become a Den Mother and to have the respect of the younglings and seem to have no intention of leaving all the traits that would require you to be a Den Mother, basically.
Is there an age requirement?
Old.
Yeah,
old. Okay.
Yeah, the older the better. Like, I don't want children to be Den Mothers.
Gotcha.
Motherly. Preferably if you've had children of your own. Which is even Obadair, who is the male running, has children. So it helps if you've raised children of your own because you're sort of like an honorary godparent to all the children in the village as a Den Mother.
You're a nurturer.
Mm-hmm.
Might have some questions
You
about
know all
those
3 well.
later, but
I would say with that knowledge level is pretty high. Obadair is a loving father, provider, and takes that role seriously. Adelaide is very sweet. Bernice is more strict, like the previous Den Mother.
Okay.
But that'll be decided probably after all these bodies burn up and this egg's cleared out of the way and town center.
How quickly do we normally try to move on? Are we like Den Mother now, or wait until the grieving is over?
I mean, it'll be after the grieving is over. You probably at least wait till the bodies are burnt up. At least till the Den Mother's body is burnt up before you
Okay.
appoint a new one. When she's returned to the Earth, you'll report to the Gathering Circle and decide who best to take care of those remaining.
All right.
That'll burn it throughout the night. You guys will help clean up. I think who was it that said they would do some repairs previously?
Everyone lent their skills, but I
would
can't
totally
remember.
help with repairs.
Yeah, I think it was or it was either Balvin or excuse me, it's been 2 weeks.
Cat.
Kip, yes.
Yeah.
The shortest
Yeah.
name, easiest one to remember. 3 letters. Kip.
Sounds like something I'd say too. So.
Yeah. I think you agreed to do the repairs and Balvin agreed to do some potion or alchemy mixing.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to roll those in the meantime to do that while they're overnight, since you guys are staying up as well. Whatever you're gonna roll for your repairs there, Kep. I don't know if you have either survival or some other skill that is good for repairs. And then Balvin, you can also roll something for you have alchemy, I assume.
I do.
Do you have the brew potion feat? Because I don't think you have poison, I believe, and not potions. So you can either make poisons or you can brew other alchemical things that not necessarily like healing potions, but other things like blood block or other unguents and things that aren't necessarily healing potions.
Vials
Okay.
of acid.
I've got
Yeah.
a mending spell.
Mending spell works too, as far as fixing small objects. So that'd be nice for doing small repairs. So you can go around doing that. They're kept magically mending things in the gnomish way. Wiggle your nose and things just get better.
I do like a little butt wiggle whenever I fix something, and then I run off and scurry to the next thing I gotta fix.
The sticks just straighten themselves. The sticks unpinned after you wiggle your butt.
And I giggle after they're fixed.
And you want to play the alchemy there, Balvin, to assist with some alchemy, at least for the time being, to help out with whoever's making some, at least blood
Yeah.
or something for whoever did survive.
You're gonna have to give me a minute on that. But in the time being, can I pick up like sticks and stuff to help with the fire?
Yeah, of
that
course.
they need to build? I'll
You
just
can
pick
gather
up some.
sticks too.
Okay.
You can roll survival if you want to see how well you do that, but if not, at least with the passive 10, you can gather 10.
All right.
But if you roll it, you could do more.
I got a 10.
Oh, so yeah, 10.
Hey.
That's not bad. I mean, especially because a lot of things here are made out of tree limbs and bark and stuff. You probably just don't want to grab too much. You might be grabbing pieces off of someone's house. So be very careful which sticks you grab, which sticks you don't grab.
Or loose sticks.
Yeah.
I will grab sticks from away from the housing area.
That's probably why you only got 10. It takes a while to find some that don't look like they're like integral to the treehouse architecture they've got built into the
Or
forest
an
here.
altar of some sort. We have lots of temporary altars around.
Yeah, there are lots of like sticks like set up in weird configurations for some weird reason all around the place.
Not weird.
So,
Not
that
weird, man.
character,
Important.
to Balvin, it would be weird. So yeah, you guys make it through the night. Maybe by the end of the night you might be a little tired, but you have a place to retire to now. You've been up all night burning bodies, helping with stuff.
We get everything cleaned up, or
Simmering
is
down.
it still like pretty bad out there? Leela,
The
you
sun's
can't.
coming up. It's not bad. You guys, throughout the night, you've cracked up enough of the egg. You've cracked it up. It's
Okay.
into a bunch of manageable pieces now, which have been pulled out to the outskirts of the forest here, at least the area where you guys are, pulled away from this area, broken down into smaller pieces.
And it's pretty much like the exact same material as an eggshell. It's not like any tougher or anything like that. About as
It's
brittle.
pretty thick because it's very large, but it
Yeah.
also seems to be like getting weaker over time.
Oh, okay. All right. Wondered it might be useful for something, but it seems like it's probably breaking down. So
Knowledge Arcana for anyone that has Arcana, but
okay, I'll roll it. I'm not the smartest, but
Can I be of help?
I got 13.
Reuse
come on,
objects?
Leela. You can't just keep
No.
going back into the dice box.
not this time.
Oh, I got a 3.
I
Yeah.
got that plus 10.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be wearing down pretty quickly. With your 13 there, Kep, you know that it could be used as an ingredient in making, if you had the ability to brew potions, if you had that skill. although I don't think any of you do. It might be able to be used to make some sort of potion, like a shield potion or something, as an ingredient in them. But you don't have the skill to do it. You know, maybe if you grind it up and save it, you could sell some of it or find someone that can do something with it.
I pocket a few pieces.
You can grab some chunks of shell chunk.
Yeah. Give me them chunks.
Yeah, they can be about hand size if you like, and you can put as many as you feel like you can carry in your bag, as you would like to carry.
I'm gonna carry like 4 hand-sized pieces.
Fine by me. You got some shell chunks. Now they will deteriorate over time, so you've only got a short period of time to sell them before they just vanish.
Okay.
Or use them, but yeah. And they're stiff too. You can also just use them as like scoops, like giant tortilla chip shovels if you wanted to. Like, they're strong enough.
Tasty.
Yeah, they're like fingernail strength. So you could use them to do stuff with if you needed to as well.
So much
For the time
salsa.
being.
Oh, Jay.
Protein.
You guys just want to get to the part of the day where you find out who the new leader of this village is?
Sure.
You
Did
wanna
we
do
sleep?
anything else before then?
Are we gonna rest?
I just spend that time trying to fix things.
Yeah. You guys can go until you're tired. Everything will be cleaned up, and they'll be gathering around the circle. You outsiders will not be invited, so Saris will probably want you to stay in his hut, in his treehouse during this period of time, as this is local business.
Yeah, I need you to be respectful and wait here. Is this enough time for me to get a night's rest in? I have some hit points that I would like to try to heal if I can rest before this.
If you wanted to take a 6-hour nap, you could and still be up in time for this. So you can roll a d6 plus your con mod and heal that much.
Heck yeah. Nice. All right. I got 4 plus 3. I'm full health again.
Yeah, at some point you slinked off and took a quick nap.
Okay. I'm good now.
You can rejoin your kin
Yeah.
in the gathering circle.
Go to
They're
the
all-
ceremony,
they're all
I
saying
guess.
Memories about the Den Mother. They're kind of sharing, thoughts. It's more of a storytelling session before anything else. Everyone's sharing memories of the previous Den Mother. And then the new 3 Den Mothers are going to kind of throw their hats in the ring, as it were, nominating themselves for the position. Now, you are a pretty respected member of your kin. So if you'd like to throw in any advice or suggestion with a diplomacy roll, it'd be a good time to do that.
Yeah, I would like to do that. I am going to recommend. Okay, before I do this, which out of the 3? I know you said Bernice is very much like the previous Den Mother, and I am not necessarily a huge fan of the whole, stay the same, stay reclusive sort of, mindset. Is Adelaide or Obadiah more forward thinking, I suppose, like more about like kind of opening up the community and
Both of them are more
whatnot?
forward-thinking than Bernice, yes.
Okay.
Obadiah, most of his venturing has to deal with hunting. He still much agrees with the idea of Kitsune keeping to themselves.
Yeah.
And not being involved with the affairs of the other races. Yeah, just don't bother them and they don't bother you kind of a thing. But he's not against leaving the village to hunt or do other things. He just also agrees that your kin should come back. Adelaide is a little more sweet and young and naive and curious about the world. Sure, she might be a little more willing to let people explore, leave town. More amenable to those kinds of ideas.
Hold on, I'll be right back. The cats are getting into something.
Heard it.
Cats.
I was literally just having the same problem.
I saw her like push it on your face and stuff and acting
She was
wily.
doing crazy shit.
Always up to something.
All right. I'm back. Okay, I am I guess I'm just gonna maybe make a case against Bernice, not necessarily for Adelaide or Obadiah.
Negative ads.
I just, I feel like it's time that we, move forward from the old ways. We can't continue to be completely reclusive from the world when the world continues to change. You know, our boundaries are shrinking. It'll only be a matter of time before we have to kind of merge with the society and deal with the societies around us. So we can't keep burying our heads in the sand.
Diplomacy.
Yeah! Natural 20, baby!
Yeah. Okay, with a natural 20, they can either elect you leader, or you could, with natural 20, you can decide who's going to be the leader, I feel like, with natural 20.
Yeah, this is just yours now.
You can decide.
Do you even have kids?
Anybody you want. Adelaide, Bernice, Obadiah, or yourself with a natural 20.
Like, this guy is a fancy talker.
No, I don't think I want a seat of power.
Magic man.
I'll elect Adelaide.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm going to say with a natural 20, everyone goes along with you. You have a rousing speech for Adelaide, or at least against Bernice. And Adelaide being a female, at least, is the more obvious choice for Den Mother.
Right. I think it's easier
So-
for people to transition that
Yeah,
way.
It's used to the patriarchal society.
Good choice.
We gotta do it
So
slowly.
yeah, you got a new Den Mother, and she seems a little bit more friendly and amenable to the idea of folks leaving town. Maybe even more amenable to the idea of your guests sticking around and maybe won't kick you guys out so soon
Foreigners.
as you might have otherwise. So that might have secured you guys a steady base of operations for the time being.
Cool.
So you guys have a treehouse. Cool
This
beans.
is nice.
Nice. I'll let
For
Adelaide
now.
know that if she does need any help with anything, come to me. I'll do whatever I can to help. I just don't want any of that responsibility. So
Yeah. And your kids will be expected to help when help is needed.
yeah, of course. But
You could probably also assume that because she's so nice and because you're so respected, your new friends are probably welcome here until they aren't. So as long as they don't do anything to offend anyone, they could probably get away with staying here for the time being. Like I said, you're usually very against outsiders, but because of this new Den Mother, it's going to be cool until it isn't. So yeah, you guys have a treehouse to stay in. You have this little village. It's idyllic. You have access to all kinds of vegetable material to eat. It's pretty much anytime you guys need food, that can be provided for you as long as you don't mind that it's always vegetables and stuff. But you have a place to stay.
Because we're vegetarian foxes.
You have a secured village to live in and a home. But at the same time, the three of you are also far from your homes, very confused, very disoriented, probably very worried about the life you left behind, etc.
Indeed.
But at least you have a roof over your head and a new ally.
Were you just in an egg?
Yeah. But it's kind of up to you guys to sort out what you do from here, because it's an open world.
That's weird.
So you can retire to your treehouse and shoot the shit.
yeah, it's
Can I
time to.
nap while he's at this little meeting?
Yeah, you can nap anytime you like.
Whenever.
Yeah, you got a little treehouse, so there's no one stopping you. It's safe in there.
I make his bed my bed for the moment.
You'll never know.
First time I've ever slept in a what are they called again? I'm sorry.
Treehouse?
No, your race.
Oh,
Kitsune.
Kitsune.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, first time I ever slept in a kitsune bed, marked off my list.
Smells like fox farts.
hmm
So yeah, you sleep in a fox fart bed, and yeah, you guys make yourself at home.
We let him
And
rip.
Sarah's can rejoin you after the meeting. So
Yeah,
things
I'm
aren't
gonna-
exactly returned to normal, but it's a semblance of normal after a night of weeping. The morning time in your situation, like once the body's burnt, you can still remember your loved ones, still mourn them, but that's the majority of the mourning happens during that period of time. So, for all points and purposes, everything seems to go back to normal, just as a smaller group of people around you.
Right. But yeah, I'm gonna head
Yeah,
back
doing it.
home after the meeting. And I would like to check on Apora. See how they're doing.
Poor's fine.
Okay.
You know, a little shook up. The poor was probably also at the meeting. I mean, it's.
Oh, I didn't know how badly they were like Wounded.
Not bad enough that they couldn't make it to a meeting.
Okay. All right.
A little bruised. Yeah. I mean,
Well, then they're
I feel like
fine.
some people had major injuries.
I thought.
Either you got smooshed or you didn't. So
I
most people, it was like a little debris, but not, you know.
Okay, cool. Well, then I've got better outlooks for her than I thought. So I really thought I was gonna lose my whole family.
No. 4 is good. Yeah.
Not yet.
4 for the time being.
Okay.
Safe in your house, can tend to the things as they usually do.
So I meet up with the rest. Are you guys all sleeping when I get back?
I'm still.
It's like
I'm
mid-afternoon,
sprawled
I
out in your
suppose.
bed.
I was looking out the window, kind of trying to observe what's going on in this village.
You could have watched the whole meeting from that porch. Like I said, this place isn't very big. You can see everything.
By the
The
way,
biggest
still-
thing for you, I mean, possibly for you, is the color green. Like you grew up around an icy tundra. This whole village is full of green. It's lush. It's full of animal life. Like you spent a lot of your time hunting, and it was hard. And looking out this window, you see like birds. There's like murmurations of birds in the sky, like lots of birds, and like lots of rabbits sorting through the. So like the abundance of life even is somewhat distracting to you. Like there are so many things to hunt here.
By the way, I never bathed, so I still smell like sardines, and I'm all up in your bed.
Oh, I mean that might smell good.
I don't think a kitsune mind the smell of fish. So
Mm-mm, no.
So to clear my mind, I was just working on my forms, my sort of like kind of like a poomse. I don't know if you know what I mean.
You're like ninja forms.
Flame.
Yeah.
like, okay. Or like a kata or whatever you're doing. You're like, oh, step 1, step 2, yeah.
Can you show us one?
You're moving through the motions.
I can't really show you sitting down, but it's like.
Arms. There you go.
Ah!
I got it.
Yeah.
You're doing your forms.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, yeah. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like meditative and it's practicing. That's good.
Exactly. Clearing my mind.
You
Gotta
walk
keep
into
sharp.
that.
Okay. So we elected a new den mother. Everything looks fine. You can stay here for as long as you don't piss anybody off.
Or fall from the sky again?
I mean, I think the chances of that happening
Fall from the
twice in
sky
somebody's
once.
lifetime is very slim. But yes, then it's shame on you if that happens again. It's midday. We still have the rest of the day. I was thinking about heading into town and maybe finding, I don't know, any local clergymen or anything I could speak to about this being I was visited by. Maybe I can get a little bit more insight into what it was, maybe what to do next, because I mean, there's a great evil working against me. How vague is that? I gotta find some more details.
I'm kind of good at collecting information. If you'd like, I can join you.
That would be helpful. If there's anything that you need to track down while we're in town, I'd be more than willing to help you out if you help me out.
Did I wake up when he arrived?
Oh yeah, I kicked my
not
bed.
Unless you wanted to. Otherwise, you could be asleep until you either hear something or have some reason to be awake.
Yeah, I want to be awake when he arrives.
Yeah, the noise could have stirred you awake. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Roused everybody up as best
I
I
want to
could.
tag along as well
Situation.
then.
I will join as well. I need to find out more about where I am. I'm not
Very
really
curious. Yeah.
sure where this is.
What's the town nearby? Like the city nearby called, Brian?
The one closest by that you're most familiar with is called Arubane.
Okay, Erebane. The closest
With
city.
these people asking where they are in the world, I mean, Mouth has just expressed concern about his location in general.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have a bunch of maps. I don't know if you care to share that or not, but you could share a world map and maybe point where you are on the world map to Malethist.
Oh yeah. I do have some maps here. I'm gonna kind of ruffle through my things. World map. Which one is that? I have several.
Tricky thing about a lot of these maps is they're not labeled particularly well.
They are not.
Cartographers in this universe are pretty tricksy. Cities aren't always labeled by their full name. Some are just labeled with symbols.
I don't even know. I don't even know if I do have a world map.
I think you
Oh,
bought
there
all
it
the
is.
maps, so you
I
should.
did have a yeah. Okay, so here is the world map. I'm gonna roll that out on the table. And where's East Lenya on this
On
map?
East Lenya, it's probably the largest continent on that map. East Lenya is the eastern side of that.
Okay, so we're talking top right continent.
Well, the top right continent, no, sort of in the middle of the map.
Middle. Okay, I've got it pulled up on the stream, but I don't.
Yeah, I know you're.
Okay, I've got it.
I'll give you this one because I know you're local. You should be local enough to at least know where East Lenya is because you're from there. Yeah.
I'm trying to get familiar with the map as
Yeah, I
AJ. I'll post the map in the table chat Discord so that you all can see it.
But yeah, there's a forest in the top right of East Lenya, which is that large central continent. You can point to everyone where that is on that map. It's a large forest in between two cities. And that's where you guys are. You can do the "you are here" thing.
There we go. All right, world map is in there.
Anyone that would like to determine from that anything else, like that relative to where their home is or anything like that, you can roll that knowledge geography to figure out where that is in relation to anything else, if you're curious.
Yes. I have my own map as well of where I'm from, but that's about it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I purchased a map too.
I got a 14 on my geography roll.
Yeah, you can pick out on his map where that is in relation to where you're from. You're from Norland, near
Yep.
Folk's Bowl. That's north of here, sort of northeast of where you are now, across the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
very far away.
Rolled an 11 on geography.
You're not so familiar with maps. Like, well, there are a lot of learned people in your tribe. They weren't much for maps of the world outside of the far north. But since you're from the far north, you know it's probably far north of here. Which is enough to know, I guess.
I got a 15.
Let's see, Kep. You know that the Darkwood Forest is on Demon's Knot, which is east of here.
Okay.
Malithus, where did you say you were from?
I come from the far north. I was rowing, following a ship, and then just found up here. I'm not too familiar with any of this around here.
The town or anything nearby from where you were? Maybe I would have heard of it.
Malthus, no. I mean, you can, without.
Okay.
In case you don't know Malthus, there are no towns or cities in the far north where you're from.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
trying to I don't think so.
The town that you rode upon whenever you were chasing the people that kidnapped part of your family and murdered your family, that was probably the
Right.
first city you've ever seen. And you
Right.
didn't really get inside of it before you sort of lost your memory.
Okay. Well-
so that's your only ever experience of a city was that.
Then I guess you'd probably be anywhere in this whole region up here, and I just basically circle like the top half of the map.
Yeah. Judging by this map, his home might even be off the map.
Oh, okay. Well then, I mean, this is like I have other maps, some maps I don't even understand, but this is the world as I know it.
Yeah. I think combined with the knowledge of Norland, which you can get from your new ally Balvin, because Balvin can point where Norland is and where the Folk's Bowl is, where they're from, and that's north of here.
Yep.
And
Okay.
on your map, there isn't anything on your map north of that, and it would appear that Saris had to come from north of there.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
if you listen to both of their stories and were to triangulate where they both were going to, and also Kep, if you were to put together all of their stories with a geography check, you guys might be able to put together where they were being drawn to. Yeah.
Yeah, the middle very large continent. Are you looking
said
at?
it was like east.
Like,
Dear, yeah, it's like disappearing.
yeah, I can't get close enough on here to show you. Um,
Put your hand
That is
behind
not
it.
working.
Not helpful.
Right.
Oh, I saw it for just a second. Not very well though.
I swear, it's
We're back, I think.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should be. We should be.
on the larger map. If we could pull it up, you'd be the bigger continent in the middle.
You'd be so blown away.
It has mountains on the top and the bottom, I believe.
Mountains.
Pointy things. Norland is also a very large continent, so I can say you why that's what it's. Norland and it are the two largest continents, I believe, if I remember correctly. So
Yeah.
you know.
That's what it looks
Oh,
like.
thanks for the bits. Who did the bits?
I have no
So
idea.
A long time ago.
Oh, I think it was just the stream refreshing.
Yeah. I think it must have been real old.
You back on?
Yeah, I think we're good. All right. Okay. Well, I guess I have a better idea of where Kep and Balvin are from, but really no. Okay, Malthus, you're just a big old question mark on the map.
Somewhere up there. Yeah.
All I remember is that it was cold.
Yeah, and you guys like I said point out where these places are on that world map, so you guys have a greater context of where you are. If
Yeah,
you would like,
I show Malithus where I'm from.
you can show them your map and compare as well, so you'll know where the Folk
Yeah.
Spell is now on your map.
I pull out my map.
And you now have experts on those locations.
Thanks, Sandra.
If we could get like some markings on that map where everybody's from, that'd be cool. But
We can.
we don't need to worry about that right now. I'll take care of that
In
later.
game, it happens. Out of
Yeah.
game, we'll figure out a way to do that.
We
out
know
of
where it
game.
is.
In game, that did happen. You can mark where you guys
Yeah.
are from.
Now we have
It'll-
some sort of
It'll
idea.
be known. It's known to all of you now where everyone's from and what those areas are. At least they've been pointed to on a map and labeled. So your maps are now labeled if they weren't before. You can label them personally as long as you have some sort of writing utensil. Or if not, just put it up in that noggin of yours. Remember it.
I draw a little like cartoonish version of my face on the spot where I'm from.
Where you're from, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a doodle on your map now. But
Yeah.
now you know where Kep's from forever.
It looks like one of those little angry anime cartoon faces.
In
Oh,
my head,
oh.
I was imagining one of the Fairly Odd Parents from the Fairly Odd Parents for some.
That's funny.
I don't know why. Yeah. So yeah, you put a little cartoon on there. So yeah, and everything else has been pointed out.
That's just what the map needed.
Sarah's can point out where you guys are
It's much
now.
better
You,
now.
guys you are
We're
here for
We're right
where
here,
you're at currently.
and I point exactly where we are on the map. Boom.
And the two nearest cities that he's familiar with. So Sarah will point out Erebane and Galbraith.
Oh,
Which are
and
both
Erebane's
about, yeah,
closest.
like a couple hours walk from here.
Okay.
Although I guess a couple of your new companions walk a little slower than you, so they might take a little longer.
I got little
I mean, that's
legs.
fine. None of us are exactly
I
very
mean, we all
tall.
got little legs, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but I think two of you walk at the 20 feet speed, and two of you are 30-foot speed.
Yeah,
I'm
20.
20
feet.
Yeah.
30.
Which doesn't sound like, much of a difference, but it
10
adds
feet
up
each
over
leg.
time. So, either one of, two of you have to walk slower, kind of meander, or two of you have to, kind of hustle to keep up. Either way, we're either going 20 feet per turn or 30 feet per turn, and it's fine with me.
We'll do the
Uh,
advanced scouting.
Yeah.
I get distracted by butterflies occasionally.
You
Okay.
behave, stop. You take the long route. It's like a family circus, like when the kids, do the wiggle line through the
Yeah.
house windows and stuff. Yeah.
We serpentine, and you guys walk straight. Well, if there's, I think we've taken care of everything that we can take care of here. So if
Let's explore.
you'd like, let's go ahead and head into town and
Yeah.
see what information. Maybe we can get some answers for all of our mysteries.
Sounds good.
Not true.
I climb out of that treehouse.
Yep, we're
Yeah, you
down
guys
on the
leave the
ground.
treehouse. Would you like to leave town through the Briars, or would you like to find where the break in the Briars is to leave without having to do that?
I would like to
If
find the
other ways
break,
for-
but the sandals I have on do say that. Hold on. I looked it up the other day. I want to
Magic
say,
sandals.
yeah, I want to say
You can
that I
dimensional
don't.
door from tree to tree, right?
I think it's with. I can move through natural undergrowth without impediment or harm as a druid using woodland stride. And when I looked that up, it said I couldn't take damage from briars.
Oh, yeah, you can walk through this stuff fine then, but
Okay.
that doesn't do much for the rest of your friends then, I guess.
I mean, it's.
You
I
can
will
pretty
try
much-
to.
you can
I'm gonna
pretty
try
much
to
go
find the
leave town
door.
wherever you like.
I'm gonna try to find the door, but if I can't, then like.
Follow me, guys.
Yep.
Ow.
Alright, you want to roll a knowledge local to at least try to find the break?
I
for
will
your
try.
friends?
I will try.
Alright.
I got an 8.
Alright, guys. You can pretty much tell that your friend's winging it, so unless you guys have some ideas of how to get through this without... It looks like he walks through the briars and seems to have no trouble. You guys look at him, and it looks like a thick thistle of... Like, it looks like you guys can't walk through that without getting cut.
And I'm like,
You
right
go-
this way.
It's your life.
Best way
You
to
make whatever
go?
decision you want. This guy just walked right through it just fine, and it pretended like it was no big deal. It's up to you how you live your life.
I'm like, are you sure this is the best way?
I call out from the other side. Yeah, I'm fine.
Come on through.
I go ahead and like try to make my way through very reluctantly.
Alright. You can roll a reflex save to try and take half damage if you just try to wiggle your way through.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no, that was only a 6.
Oh.
You're gonna take 6 damage, but you're gonna make it through, all cut up.
I'm bleeding.
full of
profusely.
thorns. Really big thorns too. You're a little guy.
I'm
You're a
very
little
weak
gnome
as
person,
well.
so you just
I'm
got
like,
a bunch of big thorns in you.
I know this is a.
I sit on the ground and I'm like, I'm gonna take a break for a moment.
Oh,
Pick all
also,
these out one by one.
as
Yeah.
I'm moving through, I switch from my fox face to my human face.
All right, so that'll also now you're outside. This guy, his clothes are all the same, but now all of a sudden he has the face of a human, and his hands are human skin, and his big bushy foxtail disappears somehow.
Do I know it's him or do I'm like, holy shit, it's some stranger?
I mean, he has a lot of he has a lot of the same features. I don't think even it just happened in front of you. So I think you're still smart to figure it's him, but he definitely just changed in front of you.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, what the hell?
It's nothing to worry about. It's still me. What you saw was the real me, but all of my species has an ability to change our face to blend in.
That's
So
amazing.
when I'm out and about, I like to kind of keep with the status quo and try to, looking human in this world does grant certain advantages. So I'm not, gonna complain
I
too much.
understand. I get you.
All right, you're
All right,
picking out your thorns, Balvin.
I'm gonna try to light-footedly rush through, towards them.
All right, roll me a reflex save to take half damage.
Hi, roll centric.
Come on, ninja reflexes.
I'm trying to find my reflex.
Should be,
That's
Fort, reflex, and will should be near each other.
I
on
got
the
it.
left, yeah.
19.
Oh, that's good. I'll let you take half of 5, which we'll say is 2. So just 2 damage of thorns.
Ooh.
So still some thorns, but not deadly. You got just pricked a little bit. Malethus, you got rock hard skin, but you still got to get through these thorns somehow.
I'm going to pull out my trebuchet, my stone sword, and I'm going to cut a path through the thorns.
All right.
Can I hear
You
this
start-
happening?
Yeah, you can hear it as he starts cutting through the vines.
I'm like, no.
It's too late.
Too late. He keeps
I'm
chopping.
doing it.
All right, you hear an audible gasp from behind you, Malethus, as the
Oh.
town folks are shocked at your disrespect to the protective vines surrounding their village. Attacking a plant, you can tell it physically hurts them, like it hurts their hearts. As
Stop!
plant worshippers, as ghost worshippers of nature, you've done a great offense to them.
Ruh-roh.
So you know how
Ruh-roh.
the invitation for you guys was not a very warm one. You might have just worn yours out, but you can cut stuff and pass through. But just be warned, you might not be welcome back now.
Oh man.
But you make your way out. But that's
Understand.
your way, brute force.
That is my way.
You wanted to get out of here. You hacked your way out. You took no damage at least, so that's the benefit.
Those vines protected our village.
Yeah. And now there's a big hole, so anything can come in or out as it wants now.
I'm like, thanks, buddy.
Yeah. you've left a big gaping entrance into their village, but you guys are out of it now. You're
yeah, we
still in a
can get back.
forest, so you just left the entre part of the forest, which is like their little hidden treehouse village. But you're still in a forest. There's still trees. It's still pretty thick here. So you've got a while to go before you leave the forest, and there's some plains and stuff before the city. But you have some time to travel before then if you guys have anything to do before that. And I'll roll percentage to see if there's any encounters or anything.
Okay.
That's how I do. Ooh. 50. So I gotta decide. Excuse me. Beer burp. That's up to you, I guess, because you're the weather god in this part of the world, Liz.
What?
Weather god me.
Yes, weather god.
I feel like I started it off with really pleasant weather.
And there was one rainstorm to put out a fire.
Yeah, so
They've just left town altogether. There's been a bunch of death in town. You can observe all this from where you are. So.
Yeah, I mean, because I wanted to.
Does the weather respond to your emotions
I
about
wanted to
things?
intervene previously, and I wanted to be helpful, and I couldn't be. So maybe I'm gonna have really nice weather that's sort of mid 60s, so that they can be comfortable walking for a long time.
Okay. So it's just
Our
nice.
weather god is so sweet.
You could
Okay, so
wear
it's
a
like
t-shirt
cloudy-
or a long sleeve.
Cloudy, like 60 degrees. It's cool out. It's like it rained earlier, so there's like a mist in the air, but you guys aren't getting wet or rained on as you walk. You'll see, like I said, lots of wildlife in the area. None of it's hostile, but it is smart enough to avoid you. You can see herds of deer-like animal, herds of large birds, herds of seafowl, murmurations of birds in the air. Plenty of wildlife in this area. Especially for you, Malthus, you could see a lot of it. Like I said, none of it's like you can't just grab with your hand or anything, but it's all around. It's abound with wildlife. You guys can make your way through the forest.
Yeah, on our way through the forest, I'd like to kind of walk alongside Malthus and be like, listen, I that might have been on me because I didn't really kind of tell you how I don't know. The people in my village, yeah, what you did back there was a little over the line, let's say. Not only do those thorns protect the village, but most people in my village also have a very high reverence for nature. So that might have been on me to, not sort of tell you what was going on. But I don't know how you'll be treated if you're able to return.
I will say previously you were pretty good at. I mean, you're not a very religious person yourself, but you seem to have a good understanding of other people's religions. I think because of your archaeology of your tribe, they're people of understanding of archaeology and traditions and things. You might gather just from your that kind of same experience, just like before. Maybe if you make amends, and specifically something with nature. You like come back with a plant or make some sort of natural amends, come back with a live animal or something else. That might be a way to be forgiven. I think you could gather from what you're getting about the society, from what Saris is telling you, and just your own basic archaeological knowledge. A gift upon return might help ease things, soothe the wound, kind of a thing, just like before. But which is probably why Saris is telling you, what you did was bad. Maybe you can come back with some chocolates or something. Like, make amends on your way back.
It's not unfixable, but
it's not like you killed an animal or cut down a tree. You just wounded a plant, so it's not the worst thing you could have done. But it's frowned upon. It's not unforgivable. So
me personally, I'm a little bit more relaxed, but
Saris will have cleared that air and got you prepared for the future. You guys can make it out of the forest, and from there, you guys, even with a passive 10 perception, will be able to see a small city in the distance. The outskirts of the city seem sort of run down, not very well-made houses, similar to the favelas of where you come from, Balvin. So sort of like houses made from scrap metal and pieces of wood that have been found, and not very ornate or well-made houses, but homes. But past that, you'll see a wall built up, and then much nicer structures past that. And that's where you guys are kind of coming to now. Anything you guys want to do before you reach the city? You've been walking. At this point, you've probably been walking about 3 hours before you reach the city, at least. Excuse me. So between 0 and 3 hours, do you guys do anything before you reach the city? Anywhere in that period of time?
I don't have anything, but
We probably, if anything, talking about stuff. That's
Just general history or yourselves? Tell some stories. I mean, especially for you, Kep. I mean, you're a gnome. You probably have.
I have a
most
lot of
gnomes
questions.
have trouble not talking. Most of the gnomes are like me.
Yeah.
They can't
Right.
shut up.
let's
You're
hear a
probably, like,
story.
filling
Yeah,
every
well, I'm-
second of dead air with stories or questions.
Yeah, I've got a lot of questions actually.
You can, let's hear
Feel free to
him.
throw a couple out before we get there if you like.
I'm like, how old are you? How long has your people been around? Are there others like you close by?
Going deep.
So you guys only eat veggies? Why not meat? Is there religious reasons for that? And I'm just like going all sorts of questions. Like,
Hold
I'm
on.
not really.
Saris can field all those questions, and of course, Saris, there is
Yeah.
no religious reason that you don't eat meat because you're
Yeah.
of a different religion. But
Yeah, I don't care.
yeah, some
I'm
of them do eat meat too. So
I'm 16 years old. We've been around for as long as any other species race out there. Hold on.
Is 16 16 make you a child?
No. The people of my race live to maybe as old as 30 to 40, maybe. 40 would be
midlife
quite
already.
old. Yeah.
middle-aged.
There's a
like,
couple other
scribbling
questions,
this
but I
down
forgot what
in
you
my little
asked.
Journal.
I really tried to remember everything you asked me, but it was so fast.
Classic gnome.
Hey, is anybody hungry? Want to take a break before we get out of town and eat some of my rations?
I mean, there's better food in town.
I'm broke.
I'm a middle-aged man, Regen. Well, you know what? I'll take care of it. You're my guests. You helped out
Money is no object.
my village.
Don't worry,
don't-
we'll get food.
We'll take care of it.
I don't mind eating my rations. I don't want anybody to use their money on me.
I mean, eat what you want, but I mean, food's not that expensive. I'm not going to slap it out of your hands. Go ahead.
Your ration.
It's your ration. Do what you want with it. If you want to take a break, that's fine. But
Yeah. You guys snack and talk, make friends, learn things about each other.
I ask a lot of personal questions that don't really have importance.
Yeah.
what kind of questions? I'll do my best to answer them.
Emphasize
I mean, I'm
should be there.
asking everyone things that probably make them normally uncomfortable. They're just like, why am I asking?
Getting a lot of background info, I feel like, though, right?
I'm scribbling in my journal too, kind of like taking notes.
These are gonna be for your haikus later. You need some personal information that way you can write really good haikus.
Yeah, and to tell my people later all the types of people I've met.
What
your
types of
adventure
people are in this town, primarily?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's mostly human.
Knowledge local, but yeah, that's the basic gist of it. But
Old man.
5.
mostly human. It's human control. There are other races that come in. It's a tourist town, but as far as Saris is concerned, the biggest concern there is humans. Like, there's elves, there's gnomes, there's dwarves, but mostly it's humans. It's mostly humans he cares about because they're the ones that hassle him the most. So.
Yeah, those are the ones you got to keep your eye on. So those are the ones I pay attention most to.
So it's like a wealthy town, or
Is it?
I mean, parts of it. I mean, the outskirts don't seem rich, but the inside of it does. At least from you guys even approaching it, the outside of town seems like where you're from, which you wouldn't consider that
Right.
you're from rich.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
you said that money rains from the skies in certain parts of here. So I mean,
it
like,
does. Yeah.
nobody's really poor.
No one's
you know.
poor. there's still definitely a stratification of wealth. I mean,
I'm
there's
sure
definitely,
there's
like, a
wealthy
wealthier class
people,
of
but yeah.
yeah. But yeah, no one's going hungry here for sure. They're just people that live on the outskirts of town in worse houses and have less access to food and money, but they still are not. They're not dead.
I ask, do you think there's
They're not
anyone in
dead.
this town that could help figure out why we arrived in this big egg and what happened to us?
There's all sorts of people that live there, so I mean, maybe.
Mm.
That's what I'm hoping.
There's people from all over the world there, so
Yeah.
why not?
People come and
then I
go.
quickly get distracted by Malithus's hair, and I'm like, "What is your hair? Is that your real hair? Is that keratin or is that actual real gemstone?
It's real gem. Thank
Can
you
I touch
for,
it?"
Thank you for. Yes, yes, you can.
It's so rude to ask to touch someone's hair like that.
I know, right?
This is cool about it.
Right, that's what fucking gnomes. So
I-
I get
yeah,
excited.
I take-
and
I take
So
pride in my
That's-
hair.
That's very true.
I take a
get
lot of pride.
excited and I pet his hair.
What's your hair care routine like? You polish it.
Yeah.
It does seem like dreads with crystals that seem to be forming in the dreads.
I'm
Nice.
very impressed by your look, sir.
Knowledge Arcana if you want there, Kep.
Yes, I do want. But I don't do very well. 8.
Hey. Oh, you just think his hair's pretty then, that's all.
It's so pretty.
It's very pretty. Got rocks in it. You guys can reach the outskirts of town with ease. Like I said, it's favelas, it's little rundown huts and houses. There are folks of all races, some humans. Sarish, you'll know that some of the humans, in quotation marks, in this area are actually kitsune.
Ooh, I tell
Just in
them
human form.
to keep an eye out for anyone with what is it, marks burned on them.
Oh yeah. If anyone's got a V mark burned on their
Yeah,
arms,
a
they've been
V
caught
mark.
in a crime.
They're marked as criminals, so just watch yourselves around them.
What severity of criminal activity though?
Most
minor, like stealing.
mostly theft.
Okay.
At
Mostly
least-
minor crimes. If it was something worse than a minor crime, they'd be punished more severely. If it's a small crime and they can't prove you're a kitsune, they'll burn a V on your arm. And it's just a mark that, like, you might be a kitsune or you might be a criminal. I mean, you've always been caught doing theft or something like that, and if you have 3 of these marks, then you can be put to further punishment. Yeah.
But just not everything is as it seems. Don't trust everyone. Keep an eye on your belongings.
Especially in this part of town, sort of run down.
No, I'm just kidding.
Need you guys to roll a perception check as you start heading through this part of town where these little clustered huts and like trash houses are.
Perception. I'm great at
6.
24.
23.
It was 20. Not
Nice.
All right, everyone except Kep will be very aware of the large gangs of street children in this area, all sort of milling about, rushing down these alleyways and through these streets around the corners and stuff.
I'm like, these are the ones
Yeah.
I told. Look out! Don't believe a word they say.
Kep, because you have the least perception on that,
No.
I'm gonna roll a sleight of hand on you.
You about to get hustled.
Yeah. I rolled a 17 sleight of hand. That was higher than your perception, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Mm.
Do you have at least 9 gold on you?
Yes.
Now you have 9 less.
Oh, those bastards.
And they,
Well-
they bumped into you as you were walking by. You might even notice after that someone cut a hole in your coin purse and coins are leaking out, but at least 9 are missing before you catch it.
I'm like, what? What?
See, this is exactly what I told you. Watch yourself.
Oh,
Oh.
kids.
I shoved my coin purse near my coin purse.
They're just doing it for fun too. They don't even really need the gold.
No, yeah. It's
They just find it funny.
Just practice. Yeah, you guys can make this
Clutch
rough
my
part of
things
town.
tighter.
You can make it from the rough part of town to the nicer part of town. There's a wall and a big gate, but it's easy to get into this part of town. You can still walk right in. There's nicer homes here, shops, stalls, sort of like open air market with all kinds of goods. And then further within that, is another locked gate that has like a sort of patrolled entrance and sort of a controlled entrance as a line of people trying to get in to the innermost part of the city. But you guys are now in the part past the poor part and not in the richest part, so the medium part of the city. But you guys have free reign to walk around. There's an open air market of all kinds of goods, food and otherwise, touristy goods.
Discuss, I guess, what you want to do first. I'm gonna run to the restroom. I'll be right back.
But there are large crowds of all races seem to be enjoying their day and their time here. Sort of like their gift shop. They're just enjoying buying gifts.
Is there any
I
kind
don't
of
know.
entertainment going on the street?
Not here where you are. You can hear the entertainment going on the behind the locked gate in the most innermost part of the city. You hear a sound of parades and music. More entertainment in that part. Out here was mostly just shopping and things like that.
I don't know how comfortable I am in this city with
Probably
this
not at
many
all.
people. Yeah, with
It's
this many
super
people
crowded,
around.
it's all
Yeah, like-
students.
Yeah, no.
And you've never been in a city before. There's like tall buildings. This is nothing like you've ever experienced.
Yeah.
Nothing the size of your yurts here.
What was the name of this place?
Arubane, according to Saris.
How do you spell that? Aerobrain.
However you like. Airubane, I believe. If you're asking the DM right now.
You have it written.
I haven't written down here yet. Airubaine. I'm sorry.
Ubaine.
Yep. Arubane.
Thank you.
Sorry, I spelled it wrong first. I didn't look.
It's okay.
Even I don't know how it's spelled. That's what's important to remember.
All right.
All
What's the
right.
plan?
Now you guys are surrounded. There's like, all kinds of stalls around you full of toys, trinkets, food, touristy goods. There's
What?
entertainment and such. The next level inside the city, you have to go through a line or some sort of process to get into. This part of the city is open to you as it was of homes and small shops.
What sort of entertainment? What's going on?
Knowledge local, Saris, because you know stuff about around here.
I got a 4.
Well, it's because you've never been into the other part. You know that the innermost part of the city is an attraction, a theme
okay.
park,
Ooh.
something that people. But you've never been in there. Maybe it's just too expensive or too exclusive. You mostly come and like hang out in this part of town, which is like just outside of that, where people like leave and buy stuff on the way out, buy their snacks, buy their food, buy their toys on the way out. So you've never been in the other part. You don't know what's in there. It's some sort of amusement park or theme park, some sort of fun rides. It's the innermost part of the city, but you've never seen it.
Okay. Well, we'll investigate that later. I would assume it's probably just kind of blends into the background to me at this point. It's not even a thing.
You come here a lot and you've never cared.
Just like
And the humans seem to care a lot about it. They have like live music and rides and stuff. But so you come here just to steal things and go home. So for you, this is the exciting part of town. Just
yeah,
you can grab
exactly.
stuff off of tables
I make my own.
out of this open air market. Just kind of get out.
What kind of are there any religious temples in town?
This town, while not well known for its temple, does have sort of religious kiosks, if you were, sort of gazebos for different religions, small areas dedicated to, because since they have so many different tourists that have many different religions,
Mm-hmm.
they don't specifically cater to any kind of one religion,
Yeah.
and they don't have any well-established temples, but they
Okay.
have areas set aside for you to worship if you're from different. So they actually are very inclusive. Almost every well-known god in the region has a temple or gazebo or some sort of structure dedicated to them. So
Okay.
if you're
Well,
a
that's
tourist, you can
nice.
visit. Yeah.
All
Some
are
of them
welcome
might have
here.
attendance, but most of them are just empty buildings where you can kind of go do your thing while you're here in town if you want to.
I want to try to visit if I remember any or know any of them. I would like to find ones with attendance, so I have some questions, and ones that generally would lean more toward the good, truly good spectrum of things. It seems like whatever came to me probably has goodness in mind, I suppose.
So you're not looking for a temple of your god per se, but just a
Not
good.
my god in per se, but any in general.
knowledge religion to find one.
Yeah. Hey. That's an 18.
You are able to find one. It has an attendant, very young. Doesn't
Okay.
seem to be very well versed. But if you describe what happened to you, the best answer you're going to get from any one of them is that you were possibly visited by an angel or some sort of messenger from a god.
And is this
A
just would it be just look? Is this just like the look of a standard angel? Is that how angels look?
That's a pretty weird one, but I mean, it depends what god you believe in and things like that. The person you're talking to doesn't seem to be well enough versed to know.
Okay.
I think that's a very weird description, but people describe messengers from different gods in different ways, so it could depend what god sent it. Who knows?
Yeah.
For whatever god sent it, it might be totally normal, but they're not familiar. They can't tell you what god sent it based on your description.
Is there anyone
But
who
it
might
does
be
seem
able
to
to
be a
give me any
messenger.
more information?
What's that?
Is there anyone who might be able to give me a little bit more information of where this thing might have come from?
The temples in this town don't seem to be dedicated enough to give you any real scholarly information. Any temple you went to would probably tell you the same thing.
Okay.
Based on what you say, it's a messenger from a god. Some of them might claim it's from their god just for their own benefit, but you would, just from knowing this town, you wouldn't
Okay.
know whether it's accurate or
Right,
not.
right. I gotcha. These are more like you said, it's like a kiosk at the mall.
Yeah, it's just, fad temples. Like they're there
Yeah.
for tourists, but they're not seriously trying to study these religions, or the most dedicated priests don't live in these temples or live in this town even.
Okay.
So their information is very cursory.
Okay.
And like I said, some might claim it's a messenger from their god, but
Just to
you
take
might
credit.
even with a passive 10 sense motive, you could probably guess that their motives might just be to promote their temple, promote their god. You don't have any proof that that's true, that it's their gods that are the ones sending it. So you could even go to a bunch of temples and gather that kind of information over the
Okay.
course of the day if you like.
Yeah.
No one seems to know.
Okay. I would definitely chase down as many leads as possible. So yeah, that's what I will spend sort of the afternoon doing.
Everyone agrees it's a messenger. Some people claim it's from their god, but you have no clear
I'm like,
information
okay.
really.
All right. Well, that was sort of a dead end. We might in another town. I might be able to speak to somebody better. I honestly should have known better myself that these people weren't going to be any help.
Humans.
But well, that's my thing to do for the day. You've all stuck around with me. So what can I help you with?
I'm trying to think if there's any other way we could go about finding some additional information. Maybe that's not right in front of our faces.
You
Wait.
are the information scout of the group, so you'd be the one to be able to figure that out for sure.
You said something about a boat, and I mean that's a common story amongst, or a common theme amongst all three of you. It might not be the same boat, but I don't know. Maybe we could find somebody who knows a lot about boats and might be able to tell you where it's from, or I don't know. That's the only thing that I can find linking your stories.
Didn't I make you guys roll to figure out what's your major landmark or whatever that you guys were going towards on the maps? Is that a knowledge geography for all of you guys that before, since you all looked at maps?
Oh, I'm
If
not
I didn't,
sure.
that was a short-sighted on my part.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure about the landmarks thing, but
Yeah, I mean, I feel like did I tell you guys you were all going towards the Darling Metropolis?
You told me
Yeah.
I was going towards some sort of metropolis, but I didn't
Yeah.
know what exactly that was.
Yeah, I think you guys are able to all gather that from your collected stories, even without a roll, probably.
okay.
That's where you were all headed whenever you all lost your memory. Except,
Okay.
of course, Saris, who never lost his memory. But the three of you that ended up in the egg, you were all going towards the Darling Metropolis when everything sort of went fuzzy.
Am I able to sketch this out if I try?
Yeah, I mean, you can even point to it on the map again, just like you did where you draw yourself. So you guys are able to identify it, where it's at.
Okay.
It's a well-known landmark, especially to you, Balvin. The Darling Metropolis is that big city near where you come from. You know
Yeah.
you're very familiar with it, you know.
Absolutely.
So,
How far away is the metropolis?
I mean, it's across an ocean, so you guys would have
Yeah.
to charter some sort of ride there.
Okay. Well,
Or another continent.
but
I
well,
figured that we'd come from there to here.
I mean, ships tend to travel far distances.
true.
But I mean,
true.
That's what
I
they're
mean,
there
like
for.
in an egg, we had to have been putting the egg there, and then like the egg shot over here, right?
That
So
seems
like,
to be how
why?
things went.
we need to figure
Does
out
add up.
why.
Is there
I-
like is there any kind of like port area where ships come into town or boats to dock or pick up passengers?
Arrowbane is a port city. So they have a dock. Boats do leave from here. Even airships leave from here. So
Is there any historians around?
knowledge local.
Can I roll that as well?
Of course.
I got
Okay.
17.
Yeah, I got a 7.
Alright, so guess Kep, you're the storyteller, you're looking for an angle here. You find evidence of something like this that maybe Sarah's living here his whole life has missed. You find the Donnie Dragonslayer Dragon Slaying Museum. Adjacent to the park.
Johnny Dragonslayer.
Yep.
Okay. Johnny Dragonslayer Dragon Slaying Museum.
Yep. Full of dragon slaying artifacts of the great Donnie Dragonslayer legend. It's adjacent to the park. The park seems to be dedicated to this myth, this legend of a man.
So it's Johnny Dragonslayer land.
I want to visit this guy and ask him if he's heard anything about what's happened to us in the past.
Well, according to the museum, that guy's dead.
Oh no.
That's why
Or
they have
any
all
of
this stuff
his-
at the museum.
Well,
They've got all his
Oh.
all of his gear and his dragon hunting supplies,
Okay.
and they have plaques about his stories and dragon scales and dragon teeth on display, like behind locked cases.
Can we get an
it's very-
overview of the legends?
Yeah. It's free for everyone to enter, so you guys can do a free walk around.
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess we could do some
Yeah.
touristy
Nuisance.
stuff.
I
Look it
want
up.
to
Read the
particularly
placards.
look for like journal entries or something that might mention, or like pictures that might look or mention our situation. An egg,
And-
or the metropolis, or like fiery, crazy egg.
Space
Although
eggs.
Some plaques on the search for dragon eggs. You don't see any mention of eggs or people ever coming out of eggs or anything like your situation.
Yeah.
There is some mention of the hunt for dragon eggs,
Mm.
hopes of, propagating, keeping the dragon race alive. But that was abandoned since dragons don't keep well in captivity. But there is some mention of that here.
Mm.
Although I'm not too particularly happy about not being with my family, I've never been this far away from home, so touristy stuff is, kind of sounding good right now to keep my mind off things.
Let's
Taking it all in.
yeah, let's take a look around. There's plenty to do. To be honest, I've been around here so long I haven't even seen
the
most of
museum
this
has some pretty neat
myself.
artifacts, but a lot of the fun seems to be inside the park. For you guys to get inside the park, it's 5 gold pieces each if you'd like to enter for the day.
Before we go, would you guys like to visit? Is there any kind of like arcana type shops like that sell magical items or anything like that?
Yeah.
Maybe someone at the shop might be able to tell us a little something.
Maybe. It's a good idea.
You guys
Yeah.
want to go?
Yeah,
To a
let's do
shop?
that.
Sure, let's check it out.
I love looking at things, so.
Oh, I love window shopping too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I gotta find my Arabane page now. 1 second. Crazy thing is, I have a Adobe file. I should just use that. It's way faster.
Sarah,
Alright,
can you
scanned all this.
show us to the shop?
You guys
Let's
can find the
see.
shop, no problem.
Okay.
With Sarah. You've been around here long enough. You know where to find, magical.
Yeah, I know
goods
where the
shop.
shops are. Yeah, sure,
You guys
follow
can
me.
get in. They have a lot of your basic magical goods. And a lot of it's touristy, like stuff for kids, novelty magic wands and the like. Are you guys looking for anything in particular while you're in here, or just browsing?
I'm gonna browse around. I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one, Balvin.
Yeah, we enter the shop and I'm gonna look around and see what the shopkeep looks like. If they're look like a young kid or like maybe a wise elder type person.
A wise
Are they
old
human
owl.
as well?
The person running the shop right now appears to be an old lady, an old human woman.
Okay.
The shop you're in currently has a lot of elixirs, and some various glass magical items. That appears to be most of it. Glass magical trinkets and elixirs appears to be most of what they sell here. But they have elixir of fire breath, elixir of hiding, love, swimming, truth, tumbling, vision, atonement, and silence. And there's some like glass golems, glass cutters, mirrors, bottles, vials, all kinds of glass goods. Some of that's magical or not magical, but various glass goods and various elixirs.
I say greetings.
Hello.
My name is Kep. What is yours?
My name is Debra.
Nice to meet you, Debra.
Pleasure's all mine. How can I help you?
You have very nice hair. It looks very soft. You must use something special to make it look so soft and pleasant.
Oh, I just mixed cotton candy in there. It's a it's a secret.
Not anymore.
My secret. No one else knows me.
Well, that's I swear I won't tell anyone, and I wink at her.
What's the cheapest elixir that she has?
Elixir of hope. It's only 10 gold.
Oh.
Don't buy that. That's tourist stuff. That doesn't do
slide
anything.
The eggshells on the counter. I'm like, would you be interested in perhaps purchasing some ingredients like eggshells?
I buy all my stuff wholesale, dear. I don't mix my own potions. They look wonderful, though. I'm sure any alchemist worth their salt could use them.
I slide it back into my bag.
All the stuff here appears to be pre-made, shipped in from somewhere else.
I come up and walk up next to Kep and introduce myself as well. I'm Balvin. I'm here with my friends. Do you make these things yourself?
Oh, no. I purchased them.
So you have no knowledge of the products?
They're all
what goes
well
into
labeled.
them?
It says here what they are and what they do. If you have any questions, I'm happy to help you.
Dang.
Do you know any interesting stories, fantastical stories that you could maybe tell us? Particularly any about like any flying, flaming eggs, holding
Flying,
people
flaming
with
eggs?
inside.
That sounds
Yes.
like quite a story.
Yeah.
I got some glass eggs once. Most of them arrived broken. That was the most exciting part of that story.
Who do you
Sorry, go
Who
ahead.
are you getting these items from? Is there a local person that you're getting these things from, or?
Most of our crafters are from out of town. Not a whole lot of local production here in Erebane.
Where exactly are they being shipped from?
All over the world, hon. No, don't
And
worry
you-
about that. I've got my own suppliers. Not gonna give that information away. What are you trying to start your own shop?
No, I'm actually just trying to find someone that has knowledge about magical items and elixirs that could help
Happy
me.
to help you. What kind of help do you need? I can read any one of these labels you need read for you.
I want the crafter of those potions or elixirs.
Are you asking to speak to her manager?
That's so
You have a
various
you have a
crafty
lovely
making
shop
potions
here.
around the world. Many of them are gnome or elven in make.
But, I turned to Valve. I'm like, what exactly? What do you want to know exactly? What do you?
I was just trying to see if she knew stuff, but she does not.
She does.
Yeah, I figured.
I compliment her shop. You have a very lovely shop. I wish you well.
Oh, thank you.
I might come back before I
If you
leave
need
town.
Bottles or glass vials, let me know.
Will do.
Thank you.
You guys leave this shop of elixirs and magical glass items.
Totally
Well.
believe.
That was crap.
She was boring to me.
I mean, I don't really know.
I was
Just a
hoping
shop
she had
owner.
exciting stories. I know. As a gnome, I'm just disappointed.
Just a
You
clerk.
should be. Shop owners never have good stories. It's been their whole life running shops.
We're
Not-
really gonna have to find
Full-time
like an
jobs.
underground person.
We need to find some. Probably the poorer people that actually work for their money.
What sort of questions do you have? Like, what do you... when you find this perfect
Yeah, I was
person,
trying to-
what are you going to
like
ask
a
them?
specific question in mind? I know about magic, but like,
Just if they knew anyone that. I'm just thinking about the god.
Okay.
That you were visited by.
Mm-hmm.
Or not god. I don't know what it was. It was
Still,
like
yeah,
the
there is
creature
still
with
another one.
wings made out of eyeballs. So I thought that they might have some sort of knowledge about this.
yeah.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
And I was
Well,
trying-
I mean, all
I'm
the
trying to ask. Go ahead. Sorry.
all the religious folk in town sort of give me the same answer. It just seems to be a messenger of some sort. What deity or being sent it still seems to be up for debate. I don't know. I feel like probably
It didn't claim
That's
a
why I'm
god
trying
when it
to-
was sent, which is strange.
Yeah.
That's why
You
I'm
know, a lot
trying
of
to
times
figure-
whenever messengers from God show up, usually they would claim who sent them, especially if you're a follower of a god.
oh,
They
okay,
would want you to know it was your god that sent them.
right,
And this god, or this messenger, definitely didn't tell you it was your god that sent it.
right.
And you have, I mean, you're a semi-religious person there,
Mhm.
Saris, and it did not mention your god by name at all, and it could
No.
have. Had it been sent by your god, it probably would have. The fact that it didn't mention your god means it was probably sent by a different god.
Different god, or maybe a god itself.
Should we
Yeah.
should we visit a library or something that might have like folklore or like symbolism explained?
Sure.
Maybe we can find something.
Is there a local library?
Knowledge local.
Bruh. I got a 5. It's like I've
You're
never
local
been here
library.
before.
I got natural 20 even though I've never been here.
Kep will be able to find a library, but you'll find the only library in town is at a child school, which you might be able to sneak into because you're gnome and you look like a small child with funny hair. So you might be able to sneak into the school and use the library, but it's going to be a child's library with children's books.
Hey, you
That's
still
all
might
you can
find
do.
something. You still might find something.
Yeah, I still might find stories.
Yeah, maybe like a legend or a fairy tale or something.
I want to
Do you want to try it?
try to sneak it into school.
You can just, I'll let you sneak in with a stealth check,
Okay.
and then you can roll knowledge religion to see if you can find any knowledge while you're in there.
I got 21.
I rolled a 9 perception, so yeah, you sneak into school just fine. You look like a little kid. You blend in with the children. You walk into the little kid's library. You find a picture book on religion. You start flipping through. Roll me a religion check.
17.
All right. You find some mention of messengers covered in eyeballs and wings, angels,
Hmm.
as they're often called, as a type of angel. Based on at least the children's books that have those pictures, you don't know for sure, but it might be Irori or Saren Ray. Definitely one of the good aligned gods sent this messenger, is all you can gather.
How do
These
you
kind of
spell those?
messengers appear in lots of little children's books.
Can you spell
about-
those? Sorry.
That's all right. Irori, I believe, is Irori.
O-R-I. Wait. I-R-O.
Irori.
O-I.
And Saren Ray is, I believe, Saranrae.
A-R-N-A-R-E.
R-A-E, separate word.
R-A-E.
Saren Ray.
Oh.
I might be spelling them wrong, but those are the. But like there are others too, but those are the two that like stuck out to you whenever you went looking. But it seems to be good aligned gods have messengers like this. These eyeball covered creatures may seem weird to you and to Aceris and everyone else, but in these children's religious books, you find lots of pictures of eyeball creatures labeled as angels or messengers.
Okay. I know this may be wrong, but can I slide this book into my pack?
With a sleight of hand.
Do it.
You're gonna get a V.
Did you get a hero or anti-hero point last time?
I got.
Oh.
I got a natural
You're all
one.
alone in this school, so
Yeah, we're
I
outside
got a
hanging out.
natural one.
You got a natural 1, and I got a 20 not natural perception. You're gonna get caught taking this book. Oh, you're in trouble now. You're gonna have to get detention or something.
Yeah, don't forget you're just a kid.
Punished. They're gonna smack you on the
okay.
knuckles with a ruler 6 times. It's gonna do one damage. Exactly one damage
Oh
for
my
being
gosh.
smacked.
I'm so weak. I'm down to 1 hit point.
Oh my god.
And they put you in the corner. You're being held. You're in detention. So you don't return. You go inside of the children's school, and after a while, you guys are waiting outside. Kep does not return after quite a while. You guys can get
What is
worried if you
taking
like.
so long?
Yeah, Kep has not come back.
Oh, can I whoever put me in the corner, can I try to fascinate them?
Of course. Is that a spell? I
You
assume?
casting magic?
Yes.
Nice.
Is there a will save that I have to roll?
Oh my god, this fucking.
I feel like that's how that works. I can look, but I'm pretty sure it's a will save.
This child is running amok.
Will save dice check of 10 plus half the bard's level. Which is
I rolled pretty low. I only rolled a 14 will save. So do that math and figure if that beats that number or not.
10 plus half the level would be 1.
One's the minimum, yeah.
So 11.
So
11 would.
So you
Is there
beat it.
Anything else you add to that? Any kind of other number besides 10 plus half level?
Plus the bard's character charisma modifier.
Oh, there you go.
What's your
Oh.
charisma mod?
3.
That's
Ooh.
what, 14
That's
total?
14.
Yeah.
It's a match.
Exactly
Match?
what I rolled. So I'm gonna
Yes.
let you have it because that's exactly what I rolled.
Sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, that's how I roll as a DM. So fascination, that works as a effect, I believe.
Yeah, each creature to be fascinated must be 90 feet.
Mind affecting.
Blah blah. Prevents ability from.
While fascinated, a target. Still. Camera window's in the way. A target takes a -4 penalty on skill checks made as reactions, such as perception checks.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Any potential threat allows a target to make a new saving throw against the effect. Any obvious threat breaks the effect. So unless you threaten me, I'm just distracted by you.
Oh,
I take
okay.
a
That's not
-4.
exactly what I thought.
I take a
it was
-4 perception. So what you're sitting in the corner, you're being punished, and you're being a distraction to the teacher. So much to the delight of all the other children, this new kid in class is bothering the teacher over in the corner, fascinating the teacher while they're trying to teach, distracting them from doing their work. But you
I
guys
start making
noticed
fart
that
noises.
Kev has been gone quite a while.
Is it possible, since I'm little as well, although I have a tail and ears, but I'm hooded,
Tuck it.
that I'd be able to sneak in easily as a child?
Roll a stealth check to try and sneak in. You're short.
Okay,
I'm gonna pull it off.
I'm gonna stealth in.
Self-defense if I am.
I'm like, I'm kind of worried about Cap, guys.
I mean, I got the teacher distracted, so
Okay.
I'm like making fart noises with my armpit.
You're being very fascinating.
Are you gonna
18.
go in and check on her?
Yep. 18
On him?
stealth.
18 stealth. I rolled lower than that, so you can sneak in without being caught.
Okay.
And a perception check you can find, Kep.
$14.
Alright, so it takes you a little bit, but you can find Kep sitting in a corner being punished. The teacher's watching over. So there's
Okay.
definitely an adult overlooking. I mean, not that Kep's not an adult, because Kep's probably like 40 something, right? You're pretty old. But Kep's being treated like a child right now, and the teacher's like lording over them. Is much larger, of course, because they're human.
Does
than
Kep-
the two.
Does Kep see me?
No.
No.
No. You see Kep, but Kep doesn't see you.
Okay. I'm gonna take a book from one of the shelves and throw it across the room on the other side of the room.
Alright, roll me a ranged dex attack. See how well you throw it.
Oh fuck! It's a natural 1.
Oh my goodness. We are rolling one.
You just
grab room from
Grab a
hell.
book off the shelf, and the shelf falls over, a bunch of books fall, the whole shelf falls over, books go everywhere, it's a loud noise. Teacher turns around and looks at you. You're gonna find yourself in the same corner in trouble with Kevin. You're time out. You both have dunce caps on your head, and you're both stuck in this corner. The teacher's just keeping an eye on you. You're not allowed to move now. You're being guided by this adult human. Even though you both, and you, by your own right, are adults, you're being treated like children because you're short.
He's getting punished now too.
Do you guys do anything to get out of the situation, or if not, we'll go back outside and see if one of your other allies can come rescue you.
Can we whisper to each other?
How
Yeah,
long?
you're sitting close enough that you could pass notes or whisper if you would like to.
How long?
Ooh.
Do we know how long we're getting punished for?
You do not. You just know that you're in this timeout, like detention spot. You've been put in this corner for now.
Well, eventually
It'll
this
be as
crowd-
long as the school day lasts.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
Cap, what? But it's midday at least.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
it's lunchtime soon. Maybe you'll get out of here anyway.
Yeah. Do you want to wait it out, or do you want to plan some sort of getaway?
The whole reason why I'm here is because I tried to steal a book. I did find some information,
Well, information is good.
but I wasn't done trying to look for more information.
Ooh, I'm gonna raise my hand in the corner.
Okay, time for a question. Yes?
I have to pee.
Oh man, I hate being an imaginary teacher already.
Do they really have to pee? You
You
can't
really
say
You
no.
really have to pee. You really have to pee. Are you messing with me?
I'm
I
gonna pee
can't
my
say no. I'm gonna
pants.
feel bad if you pee yourself or something. So here's a hall pass. Of course, you can go pee. With a diplomacy check. Give me a diplomacy check. Or wait, do you really have to pee?
Yes.
Okay, diplomacy. If it was a lie, it'd be a bluff check. But as
I
long
wanna
as your character actually has to pee, it's just a diplomacy.
I want to sweet talk the teacher. I start complimenting the teacher and then also say, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I just really like the book. And by the way, you look very pretty today.
All right. How was your pee diplomacy, Balvin?
It was a 10.
Yeah, the teacher for some reason doesn't believe you. Thinks you're lying. I've seen this.
Hooligan.
I've seen this trick before. And let's give your flattery a chance there, Kep. Roll me a diplomacy. Unless you're lying, and then roll bluff.
It's diplomacy. Let's see. Oh no. 7.
Yeah, you guys are still in trouble. You're gonna sit here at least till the end of the period.
All right.
Don't worry.
So
You
I'm
guys,
counting.
you can't wait 8 more minutes. In 8 minutes, the bell's gonna ring, and you guys can be released to go to the bathroom or wherever else you want to go. But you have to wait at least 8 more minutes right here.
okay.
Seems like
Just try to
80
hold it.
years.
I act like I'm doing the pee dance.
All right, you shuffle around in your chair a bunch. You guys hold on for 8 more minutes though.
Yeah.
Class will be dismissed, and you guys can wander around freely again and escape the school if you like. If you want to steal anything on your way out, let me know.
I'm gonna look at more books though.
You want to stop on your way out and the bookshelf? They've all been knocked over to the floor now because Balvin.
I forgot about that.
So you can like look through the pile of books on the floor if you like. Teachers are
Yeah.
gonna like get out of class, so you have like a very short period of time. If you want to grab a book and try to sleight of hand at least a random book into your pocket, you could do that.
Nah, I don't want to do a random book. I want to see if I can spot anything about
You can try to grab one of the books you looked at before.
Yeah, I want to grab that book.
I'd be okay with that, with a sleight of hand to hide it.
All right, maybe this will be better.
I only rolled a 5 perception check, so just don't roll a 1.
12.
Hey,
Well, that's not very good. Like, you weren't even very good about hiding the fact you took a book, but luckily the teacher was just trying to get out of class and was not looking at you. So you
Alright.
shove this, like, it's a children's book, so the pages are, like, really thick. It's one of those, like, a thick page books like kids have, you know, like, really fat pages,
Yeah.
cardboard page books. It's not very many pages, but it's a 10-page, fat page book about angels. And you can steal that.
Alright, I steal that.
You sneak back out of the school to Malethist and Ceres, who are outside.
Wait, did my
Wait,
friend Balvin, where did they go?
Balvin's with you too. You guys, the bell rang. You guys are no longer being held in the corner.
Okay.
You got muted there a second, Balvin. You might have to unmute if you want to. There you go.
Thanks. All the pee talk. I'm gonna take a pee on the.
Yeah, I gotta pee
like,
for real now.
on the way out.
It's tinkle time. BRB. For real. I'm sorry, I can't hold it anymore. You start talking about pee, and now I gotta pee.
all by myself.
Did everyone run off for a pee break?
I don't wanna be
Well,
all by myself
while everyone's gone,
anymore.
don't forget, enter the giveaway for a gelatinous cube D6. There we go. It looks pretty
Win that
good. The winner of the last one was our good friend Nova Rest. We'll be sending that out hopefully soon. They're overseas though, so we got to jump that. Vanros, you're in a good position to maybe win it
Elite.
because only a handful of people have entered so far. I think
That free dice.
Katra and Nova Rest have exempted themselves this time. So
Only fair.
oh, they hit Katra has
Right.
not, but I mean it was Nova Rest who won, not Katra. So OGLB, thank you so much for the follow.
Always
And
love the new follows.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Don't wanna be all by myself.
What type of beer are you drinking?
Oh, gee golly. This one's a Wicked Weed, actually.
Nice.
Wicked Weed, Hazy IPA. Got a couple Edmund's Oast in there, and I got some Westbrook. This one's a Wicked Weed.
Edmund's Oast made some pretty good stuff.
I'm a huge fan. They're close to my house, so I drink there a lot.
The last one I got was
80% of my beers come from there, so.
Xanos. Thank you so much for the bits. Hopefully that'll help your RNG luck. The last one I had from Edmund's Oast was a dessert porter. It was basically modeled after. It was like a Big Lebowski inspired beer.
Like those coffee vanilla cream stouts or whatever. One of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
They do a lot of
super
fun
sweet,
ones.
but it was pretty good.
They
It
do a
was
lot of
like
really good sours too, and they do they do a lot of fun beers. I'm an IPA head, so that's mostly what I drink. But they do a lot of other fun stuff too.
that's what honestly
They do
after
brews.
running around trying a bunch of different beers, it's all about IPAs for me.
Yeah. If they have a fun like peanut butter and jelly beer, they do, and they have some other like cereal-y beers, like the breakfast for dinner. They do breakfast for dinner. Is that what it's called?
Not really.
It's like a really cereal-y beer.
Have fun,
I
Regen.
like
Thanks for
ales
hanging out.
more. I don't really care for IPAs. I mean,
Hopefully
I like
Yeah,
ales,
it's not everybody's
like
cup of
dark
tea.
ales.
Give Mal this
I
the hug if
like,
they
I like
don't
a
want.
nice red. I like darks
Yeah.
at the time.
I do like a red ale. I don't find too many of them.
Yeah, they're hard to find. Hard to find a good one. Liz likes the
Lots of good ones
lagers, the
in
pilsners.
Colombia.
She likes the really thin beers. You know, I think everyone likes. They like different stuff.
Yeah.
Different strokes for different folks. That's how we make the world go around. You know.
That's how it goes. Regen,
I
we'll
would
see you
want
later. Thanks for
everybody
hanging
to
out.
drink the same thing I drink, all
Mary
the time,
Jen.
or else there wouldn't be enough beers for me. Regen.
Regen's heading out.
Take care.
I'll get the the VOD will be available on Twitch, but I should download and upload it onto YouTube hopefully tomorrow. So, all right, I am. Everybody cool? Everybody ready to continue?
Yeah,
All
I
right,
stole a
let's
foot.
roll.
Let's squeeze in another hour at least, and then we'll kill it. But yeah, you guys have stolen stuff from a children's library or the children's school.
We're going to
A
hell.
touristy town.
I was not involved in that.
Semi. You were in the room.
Yeah, you were. You knocked over them shelves.
Guilty by association. Yep.
But you guys leave the school
What-
without any further. I mean, you passed as children that were allowed to be there for at least a period of time, so no problems.
What
You
took
guys
so
are back
long?
on the street now together.
I have one more thought.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about information. Is there any kind of like naturist around or someone who studies eggs? Like, I looked up the technical term as oology.
An
There is
oologist?
someone. If you go back to that dragon museum, there's a specialist on dragon eggs there
Hmm. Oh.
by appointment only.
Oh.
Hmm,
Well, go ahead and make an appointment.
okay.
We got
We
time.
can do- All right. And then, Cap. Oh, I interrupted you.
I was just gonna say I like look over my shoulder and everything, and I slyly pull out my book.
You can
Oh,
show
like-
everybody your cool book. It's
Yeah.
got lots
Oh.
of cool, very large illustrated pictures of messengers from different gods.
Yeah.
And is there a
So there's
picture
bunch
of?
like there's an eyeball one. There's a bunch of
Yeah.
messengers of gods.
Do I
show
find
the-
one that looks
Some
like?
of them are just orbs. You find one that looks like the thing that talked to you. Yes.
Okay, all right. And what deity did this one serve?
Just like you guys found it before, it could be any number of good aligned gods. Although the ones that seem to have these eyeball messengers do all seem to be good aligned. Although, if you know anything about bad aligned gods, they could also just be faking it. So who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the ones in this book listed are good aligned gods.
Okay, all right. So they're a
the
generic purpose messenger, not
Mhm.
necessarily. Okay, all right.
Yeah, definitely from a certain particular plane, but it appears to be a good aligned plane that these come from.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
the two he said was Aurori and Saren Ray.
all right.
Though not the only ones. Those are the two probably
Right.
mentioned.
That
in
looked the closest.
Mhm.
So we all know Malthus is a ranger, correct?
I mean, I don't think he's shared
think-
at any level of his
Malthus,
skills
I don't
with
know how
us.
much you've mentioned, but I think you might have mentioned that you have some expertise in
hunter-gatherer kind of expertise, hunting and stuff like that, tracking, things like that.
And Kep, you have pieces of the egg, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking maybe he could look at them and know if there's any importance, but I guess and not in that skill set.
Would I recognize
Okay.
from
No,
the
no,
animals that I know?
Look
Would
at
I
the egg and then use your survival skill to track where something that might come from.
I show him the egg pieces.
Theoretically. If you want to survival check an egg piece.
That is a natural 20.
Nice.
Right.
So Malthus will take out, you'll hand him a piece and he'll look over this egg. Alright, so you'll know whatever laid this egg was larger than you because you fit inside of it, so it's got to be something big. You know that usually creatures that lay eggs lay them in secluded places. You know that they usually want to keep them warm, either via whatever laid them sitting on them or keeping them warm, or in an area, or leaving them in a pool or a lava creek or something to keep them warm. You know this egg, apart from falling through the atmosphere, which was the warmest thing that happened to it, was not exposed to any of those kind of things. It wasn't, protected by anything. It wasn't sat upon. It wasn't like anyone was trying to hatch you. It was more like you guys were launched out of an egg cannon than you were in something's nest. But you can gather all this. If it came from anywhere, then it came from something very large, something very far away that would have been protecting it. So how it got away from that and how you got inside of it is still a mystery. But you know from your hunting expertise that if it was something that had an egg, it would be trying to hide it. It wouldn't be dropping it out of the sky onto someone's village. That's not a great way to raise a child.
That is no way to raise a child.
Yeah, I don't. Go ahead.
No, you. Sorry, I was just trailing onto something else. You go ahead.
No, it's fine.
You guys are so polite. Oh, no. You.
No.
No, I insist.
I was just say, as a random thought, this park, would there happen to be, like, I asked Sarah, so, if this park happens to maybe have, like, a circus or something in it? Do circuses exist this time?
Is there? Do I know like a kind of a generic overview of
Knowledge locally
the
might
acts
know,
that go on?
Yeah.
10.
You've never been inside, but you've seen flyers for shows. I mean, they have rides, games, shows of all types, music.
Is there a flyer nearby that I can just go grab?
Yeah, you can grab one of some,
Okay.
it's pretty
It's like
generic, but it's like, yeah.
One
shows for
stapled
all
to the side of a
ages.
house. Here you go. Yeah.
I just feel like if there was a circus or something, and there might be someone who knows exotic things.
I will say that the most strange thing that stands out in the flyer is mechanical dragon coming soon.
Mechanical dragon.
Mechanical dragon. That does sound pretty cool.
What is a dragon's egg? But someone stole a dragon and is like making them pump out eggs, and then like shoving people in those eggs and using them as little weapons
Get
of mass
shoved in his
destruction.
egg.
That sounds like a note story if I ever heard one.
I mean, I suppose that could be what happened, but I don't. I feel like there are easier ways to create mass destruction than
I don't
all of
know.
that.
Dragon eggs make sense, but like, how did we get in the egg?
But I
I don't know.
Yeah,
Which came
actually,
first, the
eggs
manifest or the egg?
magic is involved, but like, come on,
Magic
like
for
they
real.
destroyed a whole village with just one egg.
Evil and magic.
Yeah, so maybe they're just taking out places that could be taking out small places first and then working their way up.
It
Knowledge,
sounds.
history, Saris, before we go any further. Just in
Yeah.
case.
So I'm getting conspiracy theory over here.
4.
Then I won't say anything.
Okay.
Go on.
It sounds to me like we might be able to find some answers in the Darling Metropolis. That was one other thing that your story
the other
had in
It's
common.
so far away.
I understand.
But Balvin is near your home, so if you're
It
worried
is.
about your brothers and your cousins or whatever, like that would be taking you back to where you come from. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, I definitely don't have a
So you gotta
problem.
be all about like, yeah, let's go to Darling Metropolis. See how
I
my
mean, I'll be honest. Getting away from home right about now sounds like a good thing.
Anywhere but here is good for me. My skin is starting to itch. Being
And
here.
if
It's
I
very
mean,
crowded here.
Yeah.
Lot of- Not only just humans, but like you could tell it's like touristy. Like they're not from around here, so they're taking like full advantage of this town, abusing its services, taking advantage of the people because they don't live here, they don't care. So there's like litter, treating the people that work here very poorly. It's probably the worst example of humankind, tourists.
I'm not saying let's hop a boat today, but you know,
That's what I was about to ask you. Like, are you in a position to go back home?
I mean, we can go back.
Yeah, you're-
We can prepare.
Okay.
There's a
But
port
I think
from
we-
here. Like I said,
we
there are
probably
boats
need
and
to be
airships
there.
leaving from here.
I mean,
Head there.
There's not a whole lot of preparation we need to do because we have nothing anyway, really.
Yeah, of
Except for
course.
was on our person.
Well, I mean, it does
But-
sound like.
The
Maybe
biggest
you could tell
preparation would be
them-
covering the cost, probably.
You could tell them that we're going to figure out why your town was targeted,
Sure.
and they
Yes.
might be willing to give us a few supplies on the journey. Maybe not let Malithus be the one in sight when this is asked, but
Yeah.
Would we like to figure out how much money it would cost to get it on a boat?
I was going to suggest the same thing. Let's at least get the ticket price set up. Let's arrange travel, or at least start to take some notes down about travel.
Somebody
Yeah.
like to appraise the price of a boat trip or airship trip?
Not me.
yeah, I'd prefer not to be sitting in sardines this time.
I don't do a lot of traveling, so I really don't have any idea. I'm gonna roll anyway, because no one else,
Wait,
no
we
one else
gotta
seems
roll?
to be jumping to
If you
it.
don't have appraise, you can also just ask with
Oh,
knowledge,
we're
local,
rolling
and
the
diplomacy.
praise.
Appraise would be just giving you, if you want to know the best price. You can just, diplomacy would just be asking. Appraise would let you know exactly what you should pay.
I got 14.
Anybody
Or
get
appraise.
higher than 14? If not, I'll give you the 14 answer.
I got
So,
two.
hold on a second. Search a location. I have a trait, but I don't know if it really qualifies into this.
I mean,
Tell me more.
yeah, throw it out there. It
It's
doesn't have to be a secret.
resourceful scavenger. So you gain a +2 trait bonus on perception checks. When you search a location for valuable. Oh, never mind. It just says appraise is always a class skill for you.
Well, it's good. That means it's trained for you at least. But
It was already that.
So you
in
can
there.
improve it.
Let's see. 13.
same 14?
13.
13. So about the same. Anyone else got a higher number? Because if not, that's what I'll give you guys that about range. All
Well-
right. So that means you guys, the two of you that know anything about appraising at all aren't from this area. But you know that boat trips aren't cheap, which is why that's why you hid in a barrel last time you took one. And Balvin, I mean, you lived in a trash city where boats crash and stuff like that, so you also know boats aren't cheap. Oftentimes, the cheapest portage on a boat, if you want a room on a boat, is going to be 300 gold.
Hmm.
In some boats, you might be able to swing that for all four of you to share a room if it's
Yeah.
a very forgiving captain. But
We
some
are
boats
small
could be
people.
it could be 300 each. It could be more than
Very
300.
shorties.
I mean, depending
Well-
on who's on the ship.
Could we find a working boat and see if we could help them?
That's something that is possible. You know, it's
Like,
you
pay
can
with
volunteer
labor?
your services, pay with your services. A lot of those ships you won't be able to get off of them until you've worked off your debt. So you might end up spending a long time on a boat. If
Oh
that
well, then
is the
fuck that.
case.
I'm
Depending
not
on
signing myself up for
Entertainment.
servitude.
and how long it takes you to work off your debt, depending on what kind of work you do and stuff like that. But
Well, maybe we try to raise some money here. 300, even just at its lowest, is still a hefty sum. Maybe we can,
it is.
you know,
Like 300. You guys are all small. You might be able to get 300 together and share a room on a private vessel.
it's still quite pricey.
If you find someone that's going that direction already.
Let's see. Maybe we can scare up some coin around town. Doing, I don't know, odds and ends. But we can look for some work. Raise a little bit of coin and then head that way. That give us some time. Maybe things develop here. Maybe things will reveal themselves.
I mean, if you guys have a craft or profession, you can try to sell your skills in town. That's something that's allowed in game. We can do that on a daily basis. You guys could try to find work every day in your professions or crafts, and make a little bit of money at a time. Or you could try some bigger heists or bigger ways to make money. But in general, if you guys want to work from day to day, that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, let's
so-
heist. No, I'm just joking.
That's how you
Not
guys
heist.
feel about it. But if you guys want to go to work for a couple days, you guys can definitely try to find jobs that you'd be good at and perform them for some small amount of money.
Yeah, I mean, the perform sounds like easy money instead of working, but
We want that quick cash.
I don't have a great perform that I don't know if people will be
I
too
got
thrilled
I
about.
got performance.
Come on,
If
come on,
you have
Dalvin.
a
I've
profession or a craft, you can work.
known you a short
Also, if
amount
you're
of
a
time,
performer,
and
you can do a dance for money too. You can do anything for money, really.
yeah, you seem
But-
quite talented. I feel like you might. I mean, believe in yourself. I bet you could make some money. People in this town are looking for any sort of show. Obviously, just look around. What do you think you could do?
I mean, I know what I did in my hometown.
What you
But
do
I
in your
usually-
hometown?
I was a ninja for hire.
Oh, that's
That's
quite
a whole different
serious.
prospect altogether.
Um,
It
that-
wasn't.
That could be something you guys do also. You guys can go for the real bounty hunting, find a tavern, find some job thing too. That's way different than just rolling professions if you're going out to just do ninja assassins.
It was
That-
not assassinations, though. Let me make
Oh,
that clear.
Okay, well, make clear.
well,
it
is,
was-
Probably better if it is. But...
is anyone else good in a fight? Yeah, are you? That seems like ninja for hire. That sounds like you're ready to rumble.
I'm more about flanking and the surprise.
Ah,
I usually only fight
stealthy
animals,
approach.
so I really wouldn't know how I would handle against people.
what about
But
you,
know
Cap?
you don't like them.
I do not. It seems how my whole fucking family is dead.
Yeah.
I don't know
I've
how
never-
good I'll be in a fight,
I've never
but
fought a
I'll
human
find
before,
out.
but boy would I like to.
Oh, I want to fight that human. Well, I mean, I don't think no avenue is off the table. 300 gold is not a small sum.
But it's also not impossible.
It's not impossible. It's definitely doable, but it's not. It's not pennies. So,
So how would you guys like to attain 300 gold?
what time of day is it? After we've been doing all this and wandering
Probably
around,
4 or 5 p.m. if you had a watch, which you don't, but it's late in the day.
sun's heading down.
Yeah, it's not down
On its
yet,
way.
but it's going that direction.
This bardic performance, I don't get exactly what it just has. It doesn't really say.
Oh, there's a different. As you level up, it changes what it does. So I think there's different ones for every level, I believe, for that.
Yeah, I want to say that's more sort of not like a performance, more like a combat sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, you
That's
can
what it
always
looks-
you
that's
can
what it
always
looks like.
perform as long as you have perform as a skill. You can always play your instrument or do your thing. But the bardic performance skill for your class are things like counter song, distraction, fascinate, which you already used fascinate.
Utility
things like
stuff.
that. Yeah. And then you get more of them as you level up.
But if you want to like just
Inspire courage.
perform, you have a perform skill.
Yeah, you can play guitar anytime, or sing, or do poetry, or whatever, as long as you have the stuff to do it. I think
Yeah,
your
if we-
performance
I didn't
is
have
poetry.
enough money for
You can stand on the street and do poetry for money if you want.
Well, I
I
think
wanna
if
do
we
that.
perform, we're gonna have to go on the inside of the town.
Well,
You can try to
The
perform in the
big
street.
side.
Hope you don't get hassled by cops. I think Saris might know that, panhandling or performing like that might get you hassled by the police without
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't have a permit.
they
Can
frown
we do it
upon
in
those sort of
taverns?
things.
Do they have open mics?
There's
Possibly.
some taverns that allow performances for money if you sign up. Yeah, that's probably get you. It's probably get you in less trouble than trying to do it out here in the street.
What's my
I'll
favorite
try that.
tavern?
You're very familiar with all the taverns.
Yeah, of course.
You want to give me a fun name for a tavern? I'll let you have it.
I'm not great with names. Don't put
Sweaty
that on
Pig.
me. There we go. I like it. I know this
What'd you
little.
say?
Sweaty Pig.
I-
Fox and the Hound.
That's too on the nose.
You guys go to the Fox and the Hound.
That's adorable. I love it.
That's a little place.
Huh?
They do contests every now and then. Let's it's getting to be late in the evening anyway. Let's go. Maybe it sounds like finding some work from the tavern might be more our speed.
Yeah, this is a
Let's see
pretty
what's
open,
going on.
friendly tavern. As long as no one else is performing, they have an open mic policy that if you get up on stage and perform, and people give you tips. That's on them. So, once you arrive, as long as no one else is performing, if you would like to try, Kep, you're more than welcome to. And I'll roll
Yeah.
to see if when you guys arrive, no one's performing, so the stage is empty. If you guys want to show up, there's about 20 people in the bar now. That's about an average crowd for this bar.
Okay.
Locals mostly, not too many tourists.
I'm gonna go order a drink.
I didn't have enough money to buy myself an instrument, but I was wanting to ask you. I forgot to ask you. Is there a chance I could inherit an instrument from?
Technically, for you to do that, you have to spend your starting money on it.
Okay.
But if
That's
you
what I thought.
But if your performance is haiku, you don't necessarily need an instrument to go up and do slam poetry. You know what I mean? Like
I
you can
didn't
just
think so.
Play the
You don't
belly
have-
drums.
I want a little. I'm gonna buy something just.
I'll
for
tell you what,
sides
do you
to be
have-
like, bling, bling, bling,
you
bling.
have 2 gold.
Yes.
You can do that to buy one of those whistles that let you know what note you're playing, so you can do like an
Oh.
A note. Make sure it's that way. You can just do it pitch. You can play that before you do your poems.
Uh,
I can help you out.
yeah, I
Cap.
want to do
No,
that. I
just
want to do
pitch
that.
whistles. You can be like, make sure all your poems are in the note of A or whatever.
Yes, I want to
Yeah.
buy that. Then.
Alright,
I can
You can start the game with that. What's that?
I can help Kep out with some musical. I'm gonna take my bracelets off and clank them together.
Oh,
You can do
Like
percussion
cymbals?
behind Kep.
or
Mhm.
like a tambourine.
Do you have a perform skill to do that? If not, it'll just be a bass perform.
I have perform, but it's the category is dance, but it's not really dance. It's like
I'll let you dance with your bracelets, and that'll be like since dance is sort of rhythmic. It's not percussion per se, but I'll let you dance behind Kip with your bracelets. You can do a bracelet
Yes,
dance.
I love
And-
it.
And the dance is actually for my forms because that's my perform, but it's
You're like
the
punching,
dance.
and Kip
Arts
says the word,
dancing.
try to punch like on the beat.
Yes.
Hell yeah. My haikus.
Woman!
Bingo.
Woman! Got it.
There's a show that or movie someone does that shit.
Uh,
Anyway.
you can roll a perform check to do your haikus up there, and you can roll perform to do your punches while Kep performs.
Okay.
See how it goes.
21.
Well, that's good perform. Well received.
16.
All right, so you punch behind. Of course, it's the poetry that gets the most attention. You guys can get 10 gold by the end of your performance from the audience.
I did
10
write some
people put in
haikus
1
too,
gold.
though. You guys want to hear them?
So they liked your poem, though. You want to tell what your haiku was about, at least? I won't make you actually write a haiku unless you want to, but...
I have some written.
Oh, yeah,
already.
then give us one if you have haikus ready. I don't want to like put you on the spot, but if you have haikus ready, throw us one down. Throw us a 10 gold haiku.
Let's see. Actually, I made the. I forgot that I
And they're
made.
gnome
this.
haikus, so it's okay if they're not perfect, because gnomes don't care about rules.
I actually made it a
You don't
long.
even count your syllables or
It's a-
anything.
It's a group of haikus made into one giant poem. Not giant, but I mean,
I'm ready for you to throw down if you're ready to throw down.
I'll do the whole thing because it makes sense to do the whole thing rather than each section, because each section is kind of a cliffhanger, but not a good cliffhanger. It makes no sense.
It's your art, so you just do it however you feel like how Kep would do it. I'm down.
I'll wait for AJ to get back.
I respect your decision.
We got 10 gold pieces, so 5 each, I guess.
If that's how you guys would like to handle it, that's between the two of you.
I feel like she did, or
Yeah.
your dude, yes, Cap.
Yeah, I'm gonna go by he in this game. He or they, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Kep. I will say that gnomes and sexuality is like not a thing they consider as much as a lot of other races do. Even their own sexuality. The way we played in our last game, we had a gnome named Chaznov the Great, which I'm sure Kep is familiar with.
Mhm.
Most gnomes have both masculine and feminine characteristics, can kind of be one or the other depending who they're talking to. We've had experiences where Chaznov the Great.
Oh, I thought it was the wise. That's what you wrote.
Oh, Chaznov the Wise. You're right. Periphery the Great. That's funny.
Yeah.
Chaznov is dumb. That's why that's funny. But that's more of a gnome joke than anything else. Chaznov the Wise, who was actually notoriously not very wise. But yeah, many times in the stories about Chaznov presents as male or female depending on the circumstance. Calls himself a father or a mother depending on the circumstance. I mean, gnomes don't consider sex in the same way humans do. They consider themselves whatever they need to be whenever the situation arises.
Whatever you wake up feeling.
Yeah, whatever you wake up feeling like, that's what, yeah.
That's very fitting to my life.
Gnomes are what they feel like in time, which is cool. Which is why I love the gnomes. That's why they're my favorite, because ain't no one telling a gnome what to be.
Damn
Gnomes
right.
be gnomes. Yeah. So it would not be weird for a gnome to identify as male or female, mother or father, sister or brother, just depending on the circumstance they're in. So, but you have a poem ready to read for us there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Rock and roll.
I do my tooting thing.
Picture and perfect pitch.
And then explore, Porphyr, the gnome to travel farthest and return home safe. Oh, Chaznov the Wise brought us back very much wisdom, prepared me for this. They gave the rest hope to escape the horrid drow and live for your dreams. The drow pose danger to all if we gnomes go down. Help free my people. Come and speak with me. Please only the strong and true, no room for feeble. Left my family, who hide from enslavement, to tell their story. And here now I stand, doing the things that scare me, all for the glory. Please remember me, not as the clumsy gnome, but as Kep the fearless. And then I bow.
You get your snaps and claps from the crowd, of course. You make your 10 goal, which we discussed, how you guys can split however you like.
I split it in half.
After you guys leave the stage, you are approached by some drunk humans, some of which loved your poem, of course, some tipped you. Others of which insist they've heard of Chaznov the Wise before, and some of them are insisting that he was an ally with the Shadow Fox terrorist. So there's some qualms about your stories, and that Chaznov the Great's or the Chaznov the Wise is a bad guy, not a good guy. But the crowd is split. Half of the people that come talk to you love your poem and think Chaznov is great. The other half think he's a bad guy who's an ally with terrorists.
I just kind of ignore those people. I sign one person that comes up to me. I sign their chest.
Just.
Now, Saris, you can have also heard this. You might have heard the mention of Shadow Fox.
I was gonna say during the performance, I was gonna order Malithus and myself a house ale.
You guys can drink.
Yeah.
Ales here only a gold. They know you well, so.
Do I? But yeah, I would like to try if I feel like that would perk my ears up. Any kind of whispers of
Shadow Fox.
Shadow Fox, yeah.
your ancestor,
Mhm.
notorious around the world. You heard it mentioned.
I heard it. I don't make a big
Relation to
deal of
Kep's
it,
tale.
but I heard it.
Yeah, you don't make a big deal of it here because you don't want to draw attention to the
Mm-mm.
fact that you're
No.
familiar. But for future reference, you heard it, and you know Kep is somehow the character in their story is related to this Shadow Fox.
Yeah.
Also in the story. So.
And who was
guys
the character? Sorry.
Shadow Fox?
Yeah. Oh no, not Shadow Fox. The other one.
In the story?
Yeah.
Jasmine.
Oh, Chasnoff the Wise.
There we go.
The
Okay.
gnome.
Okay.
Can I try to do some more performances? But I don't have anything prepared. I just want to
Yeah,
like.
you can just roll it and just do some off the cuff
You just keep
Yeah.
going.
improv. Do some improv poems. Poetry slam.
22. Wait, 23.
Still very good poems. You can make 12 more gold off of that just yourself, unless you want to get some backup dancer in there. Then you guys can split it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna split it again.
As long as you got
Oh,
your
you want me to
dancer
back
there.
up?
Yeah, you
Back
get
it
Back
up.
the thing up.
16.
That's successful again. So you guys can split that 12 gold, 6 each if you like.
Not
You
bad.
get it.
All right, and do it one more time before I go join my friends in a drink.
Your hype man.
My hype man can back me up too if they want. Oh, I missed my.
I want to do a little roll.
You are a male, correct? There, Balvin. Is that the
Yes.
rental dude?
Yep.
Or I call you a man.
Man.
Yes.
I got a 20, not natural.
You guys are
Yeah.
slaying it.
I'm gonna do like a roll. I'm gonna like do like a roll flip and be like, whatcha?
A tumble punch.
One will perform for you too.
19.
You guys are doing great. You guys do 3 performances, make another 4 gold each on that 3rd performance. You guys are, here at this small bar that Saris is already well known at. Your show's going over well. The locals seem to like you. Like I said, this is a small local bar, not a whole lot of tourists coming here. This is like a hidden. Saris definitely knew the hole in the wall bar to take you guys to. He took you to the dive bar in the middle of this big touristy city. So you guys are well received by the locals.
And now that I worked up a sweat, I'm gonna go sit and have a glass of water with my folks.
You can join. They've got
Yeah,
beers already, so
I do have that as well.
Ah.
yeah. You guys can sit around and drink.
I lean
That's
in towards
knowledge.
Saris, and I kind of whisper, and I'm like, "Do you know anything about these Shadow Fox people?
Shadow
Because
Fox.
you're kind of a fox person, right? So, like, I whisper this too, by the way.
So, he's a legend of the local area.
Roll a perception check, Saris.
For the clan.
Perception check. That's a 19.
All right, I rolled a really low perception, so no one's noticed you yet. But I think you're from here, and you know well enough to know that Shadow Fox is a well-known terrorist. And even though Kep just mentioned
Not always a terrorist. Depends
here-
on who you ask.
no, I mean, but here in Irabana,
I feel like in the context of the town, he would
yeah,
probably
here
be
in this
regarded that
town
way.
is the legend of Shadow Foxes of terrorism. One of the reasons that the Kitsune are frowned upon here, which is why usually when you come here, you're in human form.
Mm-hmm.
So while you may know something and you might want to tell Kep, you don't know that telling Kep here around all these humans, or even talking about all these humans, is very smart. Or
Yeah.
revealing you're a fox isn't very smart here.
Yeah.
Like, so while you might want to share this information, but you don't want to share it here and now.
We'll talk
I guess
about
we
that
can
a little later.
I nod, and then I.
Cool. Tight.
Yeah.
Put a pin in
So,
that.
what's happening in the tavern other than some amazing poetry?
People are drinking. Like the people that, like I said, you kind of go to the dive bar, the hole in the wall. A lot of the folks here aren't tourists. People that like work either in the park or in the local shops. So it's the working folk in the town. Some of them are kitsune in disguise. Some of them are human. The ones that are kitsune in disguise, you probably know.
Okay, how many of them are there? Just from my
At
own.
least 6 of them out of the 20 or so that are here
Okay.
are kitsune in disguise that you're familiar with from your town that have come here and are pretending to be humans now and have blended in well enough. None of the 6 in this bar have the V mark. None of them have been caught doing crimes. They've just been living here, trying to live a normal life. They haven't been caught doing anything illegal. They've just been doing jobs and being normal people. But you know them from your hometown. You know they are Kitsune hiding here, for sure.
Anybody playing any games or anything?
Yeah, I mean they have like a billiards table set up, and there's some playing that. There's some playing cards. There's a few playing a classic game called Fox in the Hen House.
Hmm.
Something you're familiar with. It's definitely a Kitsune game, but one that's been picked up here by humans and such. So, and the ones playing it are people that you know from your town, but no one else knows they're Kitsune, even though it's like a Kitsune game. They're playing this game. That's a kind of gambling game here too, and kind of in the corner.
What's it called?
Fox in the Hen House is the
I
dice game.
might be feeling a little lucky. Is there like maybe a bulletin board around here that maybe people are posting some sort of wanted ads on?
Yeah, and especially
Yeah.
this particular tavern, because it's a dive bar. It's not one of the touristy taverns. It is for locals, so there are some local job postings. A lot of them are for jobs at the park, or for dragon hunting tour guides, or for dragon hunters.
Dragon hunting sounds crazy. I'm gonna kind of give Malithus like a little slap. I'm like, come over here with me. Let's go check this board out.
Let's do it.
There seem to be a lot of opportunities. Like I said, a majority of them seem to be dragon hunting or park related, but there are others for other jobs in the area and other cities, for other large, well-known businesses, things like that. Maybe what kind of work you're looking for.
I don't know
Seems
if
to be a
I'm
lot of
ready to.
opportunities on the board.
I don't know if I'm ready to tackle a dragon. Maybe a baby dragon or like a dragon egg. I think we could take a dragon egg.
Well, a lot of the dragon
So
hunting
usually they're
tours
protected
just
by
require
mama
you to take
dragons.
tourists looking for a dragon. They don't require that you find one or do anything. They just require that you take tours into the mountains and come back alive.
Oh, it's like one of those like whale watching things where it's like
Yeah,
we might
If
see
you
one.
see one, you just got lucky, and if you didn't,
Yeah.
that's what we tried. But yeah. So
Okay,
a lot of
all
it's
right.
like, oh, be a tour guide for this park. Take tourists out to the mountains and show them the mountains, and hopefully find a dragon if they're lucky. And then if not, no big deal. You tried your best.
I'm not very good with direction, so I don't think that's the job for me.
I could.
I
Tour
might
guide?
like that
No,
job.
it would be a horrible tour guide.
I could make shit up. I could probably make up a good tour, but none of the information would be factual.
Just bluff your way through a tour.
Yeah. I don't know that much
so
about the
everybody
mountains.
thinks dinos actually give birth out the rear end, but really they spit out their eggs.
Yeah, they talk about.
Their heads erupt is what happens.
Um,
Not their foreheads.
is anyone needing any creatures disposed of or anything? Maybe we could fight something. I mean,
there's
I don't
nothing-
know.
There's no like direct calls on
Mhm.
this job board for just disposal of creatures. But you would know that the other city nearby, Galbraith, is more of a college town. There's a little more wild stuff going on there. Maybe not disposing of bodies per se.
That's not
Um,
exactly what I was looking for.
but more, it's probably like more wild
Rodents.
creatures
I meant more
there.
like, yeah, you're having a rat problem
Oh, you want to get rid of some rats?
or
Hey!
something.
Hey.
A pest problem.
Okay.
Not like
I mean,
dead
there's
bodies
pest
out
problems
the
all over the world.
basement.
Rodents are my friends.
Okay,
They
no
probably have
rats.
pest problems here and there. They have pest problems everywhere. But just getting hired to that job out of nowhere, like that's either like a government contract where they're going to try to find someone that they feel like can do the job at the lowest bid, or they're going to hire someone that's either connected or they know that can do the job.
Okay, all
So
right.
it's possible that you can find that job here, but less likely than some other random kind of a job.
What's the highest paying job on the board?
Probably
The
dragon
highest paying job for the amount of work
Yeah.
is a 200 gold job
Mm.
for a private work partnership for a local. Someone very wealthy in one of the local houses just wants to hire someone. It's pretty like nondescript. It's
Okay.
the problem with the ad.
That means
It's just like asking
kinky
for an
shit.
assistant, and then that's
yeah,
it.
200
It's
gold
kinky
to,
stuff,
yeah,
that's
to
what that
someone
is.
to do a certain job. No questions asked.
Ooh, that sounds like stuff that the types of jobs that I used to take.
Courtney likes the kinky stuff.
You could easily send your rat folk friend
It was all.
a no questions asked job and see if it's worth 200 gold. So
It was always the
You
wealthy.
say no and leave.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, take down that information. What about the next, the next highest paying job? Maybe like 100 to 150. Yeah, I want to take a backup.
Plan B.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
the
we
next
split up.
closest is very similar, because it pays 200, but then you have to pay your own travel expenses.
Okay.
It's a delivery job, so you have to take something a long distance. And you have to pay for your own travel. But
Okay.
if you insure its safety, you make 200 gold profit minus your expenses.
Where's the destination?
What is it?
The destination is on the island of Reyes,
Does it say what it's
in the town of Pleasure Rot.
Mm.
what's being delivered?
It does not. No questions asked.
Have you ever heard of that place?
Pleasure Rot?
Yeah.
Reyes.
Either.
Knowledge geography.
17.
Yeah, you know they're north of here. It's a very small island. You've never been, but you're familiar with stories from it. You know, according to
On
legend,
island, so we'd have to get a
according to what
boat.
you've heard, there's a lot of large lizard-like beasts. Sometimes the place is overrun with zombies.
Oh wow! Okay, that
Okay.
went another way.
Well, I'll keep that in mind.
I don't
That's the
think I like
history of
that
that
one
place.
right now. I was gonna say let's do that. Nah.
I'm gonna.
Lizards and zombies.
Well, I don't know. I don't think Malithus has really revealed himself. Nope, I don't think I really know enough about Malithus to really like suggest anything to him. So I'm gonna take that information and I'm gonna go back to the bar where I believe Balvin and Kep are left waiting.
Yeah,
if
if
you
you
guys
guys
wanna
all
go
want to
with us.
rejoin, you can. I mean, after the poetry's done and
Yeah.
such, you just can regroup unless you're off doing mischief. I allowed you guys to. You can hang back out together, all together.
And I kind of I tell them all about the highest paying job that was there. It's like it seems a little sketchy. They leave out a lot of information for probably obvious reasons, but they're willing to pay quite a bit of money for it.
I say let's do it. It
I
could
mean,
be
we can
something crazy.
always inquire and, go from there.
So,
But it seems like anybody who's willing to pay a lot of gold needs a certain amount of anonymity, I suppose. There's a lot of question marks.
Curiosity is
Guess it's a good thing none
Very
of us
peaked
were
right
around.
now.
You know?
Mhm.
And you guys have made good money for poetry tonight, but yeah, if you want lots of money quick, you have to do something a little riskier than say some poems. in the bar.
Yeah.
I mean, there is one. Seeing how the performance went over so well. Well, I wouldn't say super well, but mediocre. We could hit the streets
Say for yourself. Speak for yourself.
and do some performing, and
You're talking about coming up with an act.
do some sleight of hand in the meantime.
Oh,
Okay.
Like I can distract with my performing, and then someone else do
Yeah.
sleight of hand while
Yeah.
I'm distracting the audience.
Yes.
Now, what
Get
are we?
picked. But
As mentioned before, Saris might know that street performing,
But
while
yeah.
allowed, is not necessarily encouraged, and you can be hassled by local security.
Yeah, it would
with the only
probably
danger of that.
be better to come up with an act to perform in a tavern
Mm,
than a street. Do the same thing you were just doing, but maybe like work on it. Write
legit.
stuff
That's
out.
what the
Practice.
Do
Gypsies-
the Aristocats.
Yeah.
It could be
Not the
gypsies,
aristocrats.
What if we set up a kiosk?
Tell the story of a family of cats, orphan cats, raised by a tomcat, plays
They
piano.
They do really terrible things.
You don't want to know
Uh,
what the mother and father and the daughter do together to
Uh.
make money. It's called the Aristocats.
But I mean, hey, if that's the avenue we want to take, then I mean, it looks like how much did you
the
just
thing
make up
is-
there? How much?
I do not like to.
Chump change.
I would not want to raise money off of the not wealthy.
I hear
Why
what
don't
you're
we
saying.
ask the tavern keep if we can make this a regular thing? Tell them that we bring business and they can pay us slightly more
Ooh.
for it instead of just getting tips.
Like a contract deal.
Diplomacy for like a regular show deal.
Yeah.
Since your poems went over pretty well.
Plus tips.
I
That's
would
true.
allow Kep to roll a diplomacy to see if you guys
ahead,
can
Kep.
hook up a regular gig here. Maybe like a bonus.
Well, Balvin,
Yes.
I like where your head's at, and I think the people that are willing to pay a bit more might have the coin to throw around. Obviously. All right, Kep, go ahead.
I guess 17.
All right. So this is a pretty small local bar. It's not a big crowd, but the stage is empty a lot, and you guys did do well tonight. The bartender doesn't have a lot to offer, but you guys can perform when the stage is empty. For whatever tips you make, if you guys want to make it a regular thing, if you come here at a certain time every night, so we can guarantee that you're here and the crowd will come, we'll offer you guys 4 free drinks. So you guys get 1 free drink each, and then whatever money you make.
I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good deal. Take it.
But we're not making any more money.
But you get 4 free drinks. You're not
That's free
losing money
drinks.
buying the drinks while you perform. You get free drink. They get free drinks while you perform. See, it kind of works out.
You're just gonna turn us into alcoholics.
This is your foot in the door. Maybe after like a couple weeks of performing, you can negotiate a better deal.
I don't drink unless only special occasions.
Can you get like maybe a food credit for Balvin?
They'll give you either 4 free drinks or since they're worth 1 gold, if you really want to push it, they'll replace those 4 free drinks with 1 gold per any drink you don't drink. So you could theoretically get plus 4 gold if you just
That's
don't drink
4
any of
gold.
the drinks they offer.
Yeah, I want to do that.
So yeah, you guys can get plus 4 gold to whatever you make every night as long as no one drinks any drinks. Or if
They
Malithus
pay.
and Saris drink a drink, you just get 2 extra gold and they get 2 free drinks while they hang out and watch you guys perform.
It doesn't matter.
We'll whoop the crowd up. There will never be, crickets after a performance. It'll always be us two out
I
there.
mean, if you don't give them the free drink, they're just gonna spend their gold on drinks anyway. So it's just really it's the same thing. But yeah,
Well, I feel like over time our acts might get boring.
Well, you got to keep up. I mean, this
Be
is show
fresh.
business. You're gonna have to come up with new stuff, new material.
I'm
Now,
sure that's what the bartender's hoping for is new material as
Yeah.
often as possible. But he's willing to throw in free drinks or up to 4 gold to cover the free drinks if you don't drink them. He's willing to negotiate that he'll pay you gold if you don't drink drinks.
I guess if that's what everybody wants to do.
I'm not good at commitment.
I will say this: performing's not
It's not
my
a lot
thing.
It's not a lot
but
of gold. It's not
it's-
gonna get us.
It
They
might
want to make 300 gold that way for
it
sure.
might not, but I mean, there's a lot of time in a day, and make money any way we can, right?
And this is D&D, so if you guys want to spam days, we can spam
Yeah.
days.
Can someone bust tables on the?
They can, and we can spam that too. If you guys want to spam a couple of days and someone can sell their labor while you guys do poems, that's definitely a doable thing.
We can just get
Alright.
jobs. Yeah, we can
I'm
just do
fine with
regular ass
I'm fine
jobs.
with that.
How many
Or
days would you guys like to spam of just coming here and doing poetry? And if somebody else wants to pick up work, if you guys want to pick up work, let me know. If not, you guys just come and drink while they do it. And as long as you don't spend more than 4 gold a day, we can just give them the money they make. And if you spend less than 4 gold a day, we give them a little extra. That's kind of on you guys to call it. How much you
Or-
want to drink while they perform.
or Balvin can go talk to this 200 gold job
Let's
guy.
do both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Saris, you take over the perform backup person
What?
or Cap. I
I mean,
wanna
this
do
is
both, though.
just go. I want you to just go meet the fella and find out more about this job.
Which 200 gold opportunity were we looking at?
The really risky, no questions, the not zombie one.
Not both.
The
I'll look
200 gold, the most expensive one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most valuable one. We'll look at the other one later. Let's find out about those. Yeah, the priciest.
I'm not ready for
Well,
lizard
the
zombies yet.
zombie one, it was 200 gold, but it cost you some money because you had to pay for your own travel.
Right.
Right.
No, the other one.
And then
Right,
we
it
would
seems
have to
dangerous.
get a boat still, because
Mhm.
you said it was on an island.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
So we
yeah,
might as well not do that one.
Oh no, I agree. Yeah, let's find out about the 200 one. The
Yeah.
very mysterious, no details one.
Right.
My favorite.
As a gnome, I'm very intrigued by this one.
And we're sending Balvin alone.
So,
No, I want to go too.
details
Okay.
deal.
Yeah, I think that I should go alone, but someone be like in the background type deal.
I can wait nearby, maybe.
So
Like one
on this
trailing you.
wanted thing that you took, was it like an address that you go to, or what was it?
There you go. What was it?
It's a series of words you have to say if you're interested.
Oh. Oh,
You just
gee.
repeat the
Whoa.
words in a certain
Safety
order.
words.
Oh.
Whoa!
Safe
It
words.
says say these words in this order if you're interested.
Oh man, you're
Out
gonna
loud.
get teleported there, and then you're gonna get tortured. Are you sure you want to be the one to do this?
Judging that I might need to rest first. Maybe tomorrow.
I need to
This
rest
does
as
seem
well.
crazy. I didn't know there was like.
Yeah.
You
Words.
can take the flyer home. It has the words on it. You can just take it with
Yeah,
Yeah, take it
I
home.
need to
Pull
rest
it off-
too
you
because I
pull it
got
off the
one hit
bulletin
point.
board.
I'll
You're
brew
interested.
on it.
you. Yeah.
It
It's not the
definitely
magic
seems like
words
some
you can
shit like
say
you would
anytime you
teleport
like.
away.
Sounds like a real
no.
commitment.
So you guys want to get out of town? Is that what I'm hearing? You want to head back to the safety of the Lantra?
I think we're kind of done here for the day. Anybody else have anything else that they'd really
Respect
want to
that.
look for?
Just take your creepy flyer and head home.
Yeah.
You made a little bit of money. That's not bad. I
Mhm.
kept made some poetry. Not for the poet. It's not a bunch of money, but for 3 poems, it was pretty decent money. I feel.
I would
like.
say it's pretty good. I mean,
Maybe
you're up there for maybe 20
maybe-
minutes.
we can convince a townsperson or someone in the tavern to do it for us by paying them gold to find out what it is.
Or maybe we can
Well,
just
then-
trick somebody into saying those words and see what happens to them.
I told you I'd volunteer for this.
Anything's possible.
Are you gonna read these words? I mean, I don't want to send you out on this. We don't know what's going to happen.
This is an adventure to me.
Every
Like,
adventure starts with weird magic words.
yeah.
We do need.
I'm
Okay,
very curious about this.
so we really are trying to get a boat to or some sort of transportation to the Darling Metropolis. It's gonna take some money, and here's an opportunity, 200 gold opportunity. After we say these words, 200 gold is a lot of money. We might. I mean,
Can
are we willing to
Let's
like?
say you guys are
Can I
discussing
look
it.
at the? Can I
You
look
guys
at the
do want to
photo?
leave town, right? We'll say you guys are discussing it on the way out of town. You guys are like
Yeah, yeah.
walking out and
Yeah.
past the stalls and past the shops, past all the little shitty shacks, and back through the plains and the hills, past the hobo huts and the tent villages, back into the forest. We'll say you guys are at the forest at this point. You guys can keep talking. But we'll say you're at least that far. You're
Yeah.
still wrapping it.
Sarah,
Mm-hmm.
can you take us a different way? I still feel a little prick from that thorn that was in my leg on the way in.
Yeah. It's better. It's easier to get into the village at night, and there's probably a big gaping
think-
hole in the vines right now.
Are they
So
gonna Are they gonna let Malthus back in?
we'll see. We'll see.
I was gonna say, I really might feel more comfortable sleeping at Rough tonight. There was a lot going on in that town, and
You want to stay outside?
I'm really on edge right now.
No, well, that might work out.
Space.
That might work out. Yeah, give
Yeah,
everyone
Have
some
much on you, but you
space.
probably at least have a bedroll or something, I believe.
I do, yeah.
If you want to sleep out under the trees, you've got coverage. Like I said, there's you're not going to be the same as being in a tree house with everybody else. But if you want to set up outside the thorns and stuff, and not go into town, you can. It seems
Yeah.
there doesn't seem to be. I mean, you're a hunter. There don't seem to be any predators out of here. The animals seem to be scared of you. So you think you'll be safe if you do that, if you'd like to. Your survival sense tells you you'll be fine.
Cool. Yeah, we can do that.
All right. So Malthus is going to set up a little lean-to just outside of town. If you want to set it up, you can set it up near
probably
the
for the
hole that you
best.
cut. Since you already cut a hole, it's there. You can set up outside of there, and then everyone else can use your hole. I mean, of course, Sarah
Nice.
have to. Sarah's to get into town with his shoes. But you guys that can't not walk through vines of thorns, you can use Malthus' hole and not get in trouble for using it since you didn't cut it.
Yeah.
And Malthus can hide outside of town. The three of you can go to a treehouse together. And Malthus is nearby. You know where he's at. You left him, so you know exactly where he's at. Not a big deal.
I get it. I mean, it's a lot of I mean,
It beats
Malthus-
getting dirty looks from your relatives.
well, that Malthus doesn't even know the name of a town he was nearby. He definitely seems like a recluse.
He's a loner, Dottie. He's
Yeah.
a rebel.
So, I mean, I can understand being in a village like that would be a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
I'm not used to being
You
alone.
guys aren't humans.
There we go.
Oh.
I'm consolation.
I passed through the vines and I let my fox form back out, I suppose.
Yeah. Because in town, that's kind of what's expected.
Oh yeah.
Kitsune pride.
That's
Be
easy,
your
yeah.
fox self when you're at home.
Yeah, you got to let it all hang out,
Yep.
Put on the robe.
It'd be insulting if you came home looking like a human. So you come back with your two weird guests. They still don't, still not welcome, but they're not being chased out of town or anything because they're with you and they're at least for the time being trusted. You can take them to your treehouse.
That is that's what we're doing. We're heading home.
You
Okay, so when we get back, I'd like to talk a little bit more about this possible opportunity. What are we gonna do about this? Like, we can of course do the day-to-day thing, and in a few weeks, earn enough for passage. Possibly, we're not even 100% sure if that's the cost, but or we kind of we do a big risk job.
Well, I'm
I'm
just
down
saying,
for risking.
the 200 won't even buy one ticket.
It won't.
Just-
It won't.
No, but it'll get us there quicker.
It will get us it'll be a
So I
good
think-
head start.
I think we do both.
There are
Yeah.
vessels you think with 300 you can, on smaller vessels, they might let you share a room for 300 as long as you're not a burden on the ship.
Yeah.
But if you were trying to take a commercial vessel like a cruise ship or a large commercial, it would be 300 each.
Yeah,
But
that
then
makes
you
sense.
guys would get all the amenities to that. You get, it's
Ooh.
private rooms and drinks and stuff like that. This would be like you might be sharing a room on a small sail ship or sailboat, and the captain might just rent you out a room on, you just be in a cramped space.
Ooh.
You just provide your own food, take care of yourselves basically for cheaper.
It's really all about what experience do we want on the trip.
Yeah.
Um
Mhm.
can I sense motive on the note? on those
Oh,
on
sure.
the okay.
That's
I
a very
also
good
wanna-
idea, actually.
Can
I
I
also
like
wanna-
in
I
just the
also wanna detect
wording and what it
magic.
wants? Is it like trying to get us to do can I read into the subtext that we're gonna have to murder someone?
Yeah. Who detected magic?
I
Ugh,
want to do that.
I got it.
If you have that as a skill, they don't even roll. It's just something you do over a period of time. So it takes you a couple seconds. As long as you concentrate, you can detect that this piece of paper is magic indeed.
I
This
got
is
it.
This paper is magical.
I got a 16 on the sense motive.
With your sense motive of 16, you will know that the markings on this paper are not elven, gnomish, dwarven, kitsune. They're nothing native to the people that are familiar to you on this side of the island. Like, well, I don't know how many languages you speak. Probably not very many because you're not a smart guy.
No,
But
like
you-
2.
Yeah, but you've seen elven. You know what they look like. Even if you can't
can't read
speak
it,
elven,
though.
you know what it looks like when you see it. This isn't a language you're familiar with.
Yeah, I'm gonna reveal. None of this looks
study
like
the
any written
language?
language I know
Of
of.
course,
Because I've got
if you want to study the language in particular, you can always roll linguistics. That's the best thing to roll for any language.
I also
I'm gonna
got
make a quick
one of my
linguistics
feats I put-
check.
my traits.
Oh, shit.
Self-taught scholar.
Ooh, lovely gnome trait.
Nice.
+1 trait bonus on linguistics checks to decipher unfamiliar languages.
Nice.
In addition, you get +1 trait bonus on spellcraft checks to decipher writing on a scroll. Okay, so
I got a 16 linguistics check.
nice. also got a 16.
So the two of you are both able to look at this and decipher that it's a demonic language and it's a summoning spell.
Oh.
I get.
This is pretty putting off some evil vibes.
Yeah, it definitely
Demon
seems
vibes,
real dark,
To
and
be
I'm
more specific.
not
Burn it!
comfortable with
You
that.
feel it too? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a great idea.
Yeah. Let's.
I was excited about this at first.
Same,
Now,
same.
I don't think that. I think we should probably get rid of all of these flyers.
Well, we just took the one, but
all
yeah,
over town. Just
let's bury it or something. I
I
don't.
feel like any piece of paper that this piece of paper touched, we should probably just burn all the paper.
You know what? Yeah, let's just burn it all.
Do you guys really want to burn it? I mean, you can.
No.
Let's keep it just in case. Just in
No,
I
case.
mean, hey.
I feel like what if we burn it and that like triggers something?
Yeah, let's keep it
Roll
just
up
in
and save
case.
it for later.
And maybe
We
we'll trick
can-
somebody into reading the words and.
Exactly.
Ooh, like a.
That's what I was
we don't
thinking.
like. Yeah.
Let's keep
alright. Yeah. Yeah.
Lock that up
Yeah.
for later.
Balvin, I'll let you handle it. I'll let you hold on to it.
Ooh, I get the demonic letter. Wanted letter.
Put it in your sack.
I like it.
But it
That'll-
does.
That'll come in handy later. You just wait.
Sure, I'm sure it will.
You're gonna whip
Uh,
that out
Use it
later.
on a
kill
guard.
Somebody with it.
Can you read these words for me? I don't.
Totally
This is my
screw
name right
somebody up.
here. Read.
Yeah.
This is my name.
Well, it sounds
tells
like
you
we're
where my
back to square
treasure
one.
is.
We're back to our act. So, I can tell some jokes. I've got jokes.
You doing
I'm a
performance?
joke
Is that
teller.
what you-
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing the job spamming a job thing.
I mean, without following the demon contract, that's what
Yeah,
we're
that's
left
fine.
back to.
That's fine with me.
We can check
There's
the
only one
bulletin
other
board
way,
again.
legitimate way to make a living. If you just go do a job every day until you make enough money to buy boat tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll spam.
You guys
the
just wanna do, like,
performance,
This
too.
is like that's why I like games like Pathfinder and D&D because it can happen. Like you can do stuff like this. Like if you are like good characters, not just murder hobos that just go around killing people and like
I'll take that
wanna-
demon
If
contract.
you're just like if you are good characters, like no, I think we should settle down and just get a job for a couple of weeks and just raise some money the legal way and buy tickets. Whereas anyone else would just be like, oh, let's kill someone and rob them and then just get out of town.
Nah.
When you're good characters, it's a way different game, and I like that.
Here's what I would like to do. Let's do a little variation of that. Let's say for like a week, we all try to find like legitimate jobs. Maybe we do the act or whatever, but then also put our ears to the ground for some extracurricular activities that might be beneficial.
Yeah, keep an eye on that board every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Check the board
Alright.
for anything that might seem interesting.
Let's
You guys want to go ahead and
someone do
spam a
busing.
week of work, and we'll
Yeah.
cut it after you guys spam a week of work, and then
Sure.
next week we can pick up. Next week we'll pick up on the rumors you guys hear because that'll give me time to think about it.
Okay.
So to let you guys spam a week of work first. Does everyone have a profession, craft, or perform skill? I assume everyone has one of those things.
I'll let Cap and Balvin take care of the performance. Because I'm actually I
It can
might
be
be.
either one of those
Honestly, I might be better at the performance than the job. So
You can do it too. You can also perform in the
I
bar.
will opening act. I will tell
I'll only
some
let you roll
jokes
one of
before
them,
they
so pick whichever
perform.
one you're best at, I guess would be the thing.
I'm gonna
So
perform.
each of you guys roll a d20 with whichever one of those you choose, whichever one's the highest for you. Perform, profession, or craft.
I got 12.
I got a 9.
I got a 22.
Ooh.
Multiply whatever you rolled by 6. That's how much money you make doing your thing.
Okay.
For-
All right. Not bad.
7
Not
days.
bad.
For 7 days of doing it, you make that.
Okay.
Say it again.
6 times whatever you rolled is how much money you make over the week doing your particular craft, profession, or skill. If you want to tell us what you did for that week, if it was something fun or different, if you just want to describe the work you did, that's fine with me. If you want to tell me what you did for your work to make that money, as long as it aligns with your
Well,
performer, craft, or profession, whatever you did.
I did a really bad job apparently because I made shit ass money.
How much you make?
So not great at performing. Did not make a lot of money helping you guys out. But you were out. You still 7 days a week. You still showed up. You were out there.
It's
You
like
tried.
when you're starting off a
sounds like
new
someone
thing,
rolled
it takes a little while to get
Someone
off.
rolled a 22 though. I feel like someone made a
Oh,
bunch
yeah.
of money just now.
Malethus, Malethus.
So,
What did you do, Malice, to make that much money? I need to know what.
all right, so yeah, so I spoke
So this is
after leaving the town and obviously not wanting to go back in there. I spoke to Saris and asked him to find like a group of group of vendors that needed foods to sell, things like that.
Oh, yeah.
And my profession is trapping, so
You trap some. There's a
trap-
bunch of wildlife here.
Yeah,
It's probably the easiest hunting you've ever done in your life. That's probably why you made so much money. Usually for you, you live in the far north where trapping is hard.
right.
And here, animals are just like all over the place. You trapped like a shit ton of animals, probably like very easily.
I'll tell you about
Yeah.
all the. I'll
Tons
tell
of
you about
money.
all the taverns. I let you know, like, of course they're gonna need
Yeah.
food every day.
You
I'm sure
probably
any
just,
game that
provided all
you
the
catch
taverns
could.
with meat.
Yeah.
They all have wings now because of you or
I
whatever.
feel like the reason I made so much more money though is because I had Saris as my go-between, because I didn't want to go back into town, and so like
I set up.
basically
I set up the
Awesome.
deals.
bartering for me and like getting the good rates and everything for me.
They know
You
me
provided
there.
the goods and he did the sweet talking.
Right.
Whatever
right.
it took, you made that much money. Whatever you rolled, that's how much money you made. If you want to give him any for the sweet talking, I'll allow it. But whatever you rolled is how much money you made for the work you did.
It's all part of the pool, man. It's all part of the pool.
Yeah. You can keep it and spend it however you like. Everybody else at least made some money. I feel like
Mhm.
only Balvin didn't do well. You guys at least did mediocrely. Do you want to talk about what you did, or was it similar? You just did some performance and.
I opened up for them. I tried to warm the crowd up with some jokes. They kind of fell flat.
Comedy rap. You're like the Mitch Hedberg of Kitsune.
My perform is joke telling. So
I love it. What was your role, just so we have an idea of how well you did?
a 4.
Oh, so you didn't make very much money and you didn't do very well.
No.
You're probably on the same. It sounds like you did about that well, Balvin, too. You both did like just pretty poorly.
I've got a 5 just because I got an extra 5 because of my
You got a-
charisma, but yeah, I only rolled a
so, like,
4.
that's still 30 gold, not horrible. And how did you do, Kep?
I made 72 gold.
That's not bad.
Damn.
It's no Malethus, but that's still some decent money.
After
Yeah.
a week, we could have already.
Yeah, for 7 days, I feel like you guys at least made half the money now already.
Yeah.
That's pretty quick. And like I said, next time I'll let you guys roll for asking around. I'll say the knowledge local for next time. So we'll cut it there for now. You guys made a little money. You had a good time. You went into town. You at least saw one place. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were looking
So, yeah,
around.
like I said.
I stole a kid's book.
Yeah, you stole children's
Yeah.
very thick pages. I love
Courtney
those very
said,
thick
fuck
pages.
that library, and knocked down all them shelves.
Yeah.
I was trying
You
to
guys
rescue
look like
you.
children.
I know.
It
Someone
worked
got
out.
looking
It
like
worked
children
out.
somewhere. That was good.
I mean, it might not have been exactly what you were looking for, but it worked out.
Yeah, it was
Solid game. No, there was no battles this game, I guess. So I don't want to give you
No,
guys
there
a
was
full
not.
200, which is or more, since we didn't kill anything. But I want to give you something for experience points because that's just as a DM, you guys did experience things. Would
whole
you guys
week.
say you experienced maybe like 170 experience points worth of
I'd
experience
say,
tonight?
yeah.
I sure would.
That sounds about what you lived through.
Yeah.
Does that sound accurate?
That sounds
So
like a
170?
Not
life.
quite 200, but
Oh.
it's still something. You guys experienced things. No one had to murder anything to get these points, but you guys lived a life to get these points.
I'll be right back.
So take those, first of all.
Thank you.
My pleasure. And then, the very important... No one used a hero point or anti-hero point tonight, which I was surprised of. They usually come in handy to get you out of sticky situations. But apparently I didn't make the situation sticky enough tonight. I'll have to remember that for next time. To be a bigger asshole next game, though. You guys use a hero point or something. But since no one used them, you still gain them. We'll wait for AJ to get back. It's important for the hero point, especially that everyone votes. Diplomacy is a big part of the hero point, anti-hero point game for future use. So we won't want to leave him out on that. So I'll wait.
All right, I'm back.
All right, so we'll make it official. Who was your hero? Who tonight? Remember, hero, you cannot nominate yourself, but you can nominate somebody else. Anyone else you think did something good, wholesome, something you cherish. Who was your hero tonight? Like personally, like out of everyone that played tonight, you cannot beside yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Who did something that you thought was heroic or a good
trying to
deed?
think. I'm trying to think.
Admirable.
I'm gonna
Help-
say
help
Balvin was
party.
my hero for being my hype man. Or my wingman. My sidekick in performance.
That's a good nomination. I mean, it's your nomination.
And
so
for
you can
trying
do
to
whatever you want.
rescue me in the library.
You know what? I'm gonna
That's
actually give
true,
it to
actually,
Kep for finding some information on the creature that we were looking for. You came through in a very unlikely place to pull out at least something. I felt like most of our strings were dead ends today, but you actually pulled out some decent information.
I'm
Alright,
gonna
so-
agree with you on that, because that's where I was gonna go with my
That's 2
nomination
votes
as
for
well.
Kep. Well, it's up to you, Malthus. Since there's 4 people, it gets really tricky. Where you're landing on that
I
one.
think it goes with Kep on this one.
All right, so Kep wins it. Kep is
Aw,
our hero
yeah.
tonight.
Thank you.
You are our Han Solo, Indiana Jones character for the evening. So take that hero point, save it up for later. Use it when convenient for yourself.
Save it up. I know who gets my anti-hero point.
Who is the
Iron-
anti-hero? Who is the anti-hero point?
She's my
And
hero
nominate
and
yourself.
anti-hero.
I'm giving it to Malithus for chopping through our
Yep, that's what I was
defenses.
saying. He was also
He didn't know though.
He
That's
didn't
why
know.
he's
I'm not used to this dense, I'm
Yeah.
not used to this dense kind of forest shit
He
going on.
did not
You
know.
this
I
is-
will give you that, but
He didn't
it
mean any
doesn't
harm.
change. It does not change
not
my.
only that, he didn't really partake with the group, today, as far as like.
Well, don't count that against him just because he's
Y'all are just mad 'cause
anxious.
he made more money than you. You're just mad 'cause he made rolling and
That
going like,
was-
oh,
I
so
still-
he didn't sacrifice his hard-earned time doing poetry on stage.
All I'm
I
saying,
also
as far as
say
I'm
Valden because he knocked down the bookshelves.
It was not intentional.
But I also want to
Neither
vote
was
myself too.
Val's things. I feel like both of our anti-hero points for tonight were like unintentional anti-heroes.
Right.
And they're both evenly tied for nominations.
But it's funny that you guys didn't pick me either because I intentionally stole a book and got caught.
yeah, but it was like a children's book, and like, come on, how much like
There's no value to that.
Yeah.
was it bad enough?
it wasn't like.
We have 2 nominations,
But
And now you guys can vote for whoever you want.
But Cap wrecked havoc on that school.
I think you wreaked more havoc
and
on
the
that
fart
school.
sounds.
Trying to
You guys
rescue.
collectively ruined that school.
That's true. I'd say.
All right, so what is it? What is the
No.
vote
Bad
come
guy.
out to?
There's 2 for Malithus and then 1 for me. So
Yeah.
So we're missing somebody then. There's someone that hasn't voted. We're missing 1 vote.
I was gonna originally vote for Kep for stealing the book.
Well, that doesn't break the tie, so you still win.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. You get the anti-hero point
That's hilarious.
Nice.
for next time. So yeah, save that up. Use it at your convenience to make things go horribly wrong.
I'm just saying that's
What
the only thing that offended me as a character. I don't care that Kep stole that book. Like, it was to further our
What
goals.
if
Like,
kids wanted to learn about that?
Now they'll never know about eyeball angels.
Right? Hell yeah. They'll never know.
They'll
That's
think it's
something
weird,
still
like,
on-
like you're supposed to think it's weird.
Yeah.
You guys crushed it. So yeah, that's all of my bookkeeping. So now I guess you just have to give away gelatinous cube dice.
yeah, let's see who wins.
Crushed it.
Dice.
Let's wrap it
Time
up. Okay, so
wrap it up.
let's find out. We had 5 entrants. Let's find out who is the winner. Xandros!
Oh, he was hoping.
He was hoping. He was like, "Oh, my RNG's luck is no good."
Things
Good
are
job.
turning around now.
Yeah,
Yay,
it all
you're
turns out
Picking up.
because he gave us those 15 bits. He tipped the scales in his favor. We're talking
Game's rigged.
fate-wise. I can't sway things in any way. Bits, subscriptions, those don't matter. But Lady Luck
They matter,
smiled
but
on
not for this.
Not for that. No.
They are very important.
Awesome,
We
Xandros.
cherish every one.
I know what shipping something to your area is like, so that's cool.
So it'll get there.
It'll get there for sure. We've had experience with those things.
Was he
so.
another Texas person?
Sending something to the UK is a little different, so
Yeah.
we still got to tackle that
They're
one.
both like completely different countries, but
I mean, basically.
one goes across an ocean to get there. That's the major difference, I guess. Well, rock and roll. Good game, guys. I
Addresses are
look forward
weird.
to doing it again in 2 weeks.
Woo!
Go out. I'll watch this on YouTube later and remember that I'm supposed to think about something. What am I supposed to remember for next time? Rumors or something, right?
Yeah, just what we heard and read about on the bulletin board through the whole week.
All right.
Of just kind
Oh
of,
yeah.
I'll hear myself say this in the video later and remember for next time to come up with more rumors for next time.
By the way, don't
Alright,
forget to subscribe to our Wacky Tabaxi Tavern YouTube page. I think we have 4 subscribers right now. So
Check
get
out this
that number
weird
up.
open world.
It's gonna be
See
fun.
what happens next to all your favorite imaginary characters.
Woo.
Ceres, Kep, Malthus, and Balvin. The dream team.
I think we got some really good. We got some really good
Alvin.
names.
Yeah.
Oh,
I commend our
great
names.
Great names, great character designs. I'm very fond of the fact that this is like a very short team. I love that no one's
Yeah,
over
we're a
5
bunch of
feet, right?
shorties.
Like no one's over 5 feet.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
are a bunch of.
No.
Yeah,
Hold on,
I
hold
love
on.
that. I love it. It's just like a bunch of shorties. It's fucking
We're
rock.
kawaii.
I'm
as
actually
fuck.
I'm actually 5'6", but like I feel like that's
Wow.
still fairly.
Well, it's the
Shortish.
first party I play with where everyone's like kind of short and nice. Like every other party I play, there's like always like at least one evil person or like someone like up to no. Like all you guys are like, no, we're all want to be nice guys. They don't do crimes, and like we're all very short.
I mean, it's so easy to go the crime route. It's so
It
easy.
really is.
I feel like all my other parties are like they'll have like giant barbarian guy. Like everyone's like, I'm trying to be the biggest guy I can possibly be, and I want to murder everyone. And you guys are doing the opposite, and I love it. You know. There's more than one way to skin a cat, and more than one way to play a party game like this, and that's why I think it makes it so fun.
Hey, we just went to work. We like did a 9 to 5 for
You
a
guys,
whole week.
yeah, you guys just got jobs for a week. That's like, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are
Like
your,
real life.
your second game, week 2 of D&D, and you guys are like, let's settle down and get
We have
jobs.
jobs.
We got a lot of money to make, and our
Not
first
paychecks is what
So
happened.
what
Our
did you do in your game today? We got jobs.
our
Well,
first
yeah,
big
I went
lead
to
was
work.
almost a demon contract. So let's
Yeah.
you know,
Spell for
let's
D.
take
Yeah,
a
I
1,000
I got
steps
a
back.
job and I saved up
Sounds
money
like
for a vacation. That's what I did.
Good.
I'm really glad we pocketed that and didn't just send Balvin into some
Do a
Yeah.
contract.
some blood
I was
pact.
thinking about it too.
I
Cap.
legit,
Cap.
no lie, I was legit thinking about just taking the paper and reading the words real quick.
I was gonna be like, let's all read the
Game
words
is
at the
always
same
place where
time.
People make,
I was just gonna-
mistakes like
I'm
that.
just
I was
gonna
hoping
do
you
it.
guys would do it. Someone's gonna sign a contract with the demon tonight. No one did it.
Ugh.
I almost
I'm glad
So
we
yeah,
did.
you didn't take the bait. So way to go, guys. It's
Good win. Yeah.
tasty bait. For,
It was
for,
fairly tasty, I gotta say. It
You
was
guys
fairly
were
tasty.
strong enough to resist the tasty demon bait. We'll see what happens with that later. You've got it in your arsenal for later, so I think it'll be fun.
I like that we can weaponize that
Sonic
note in
Fire.
some way. I like that we all are on that
Use it on a human.
page. Yeah,
Human.
get some chump to accidentally enter into a
Don't worry.
soul
Yeah,
As long as I
contract.
get drunk, there'll be plenty of chumps out there to make them do dumb stuff. So
Oh, yeah.
Could you read
just
this
wait
for me?
like the second hour of gameplay, and you can get away with whatever you want. You guys are
I'm
fine.
straight up illiterate. Can you please read this aloud to me?
Just those
You were
words,
raised
though.
in the woods in a treehouse, so it's you know.
Yeah, we get Malithus to ask
But
him,
we gotta
and
cut it.
it's
We gotta cut it to where it's just those words, that like line.
yeah. I just
just
need
cut
help with
out-
this part.
And like
Yeah.
this is where.
Just read this part.
Yeah, just
Put your
cover the
hands
rest
over
of it.
everything else.
But if they're like, why? I'd be like,
Say.
this is the location of my treasure, so they'll like definitely read it.
There you go.
Can
Yeah.
you pronounce this?
That's gonna be a lot of
Oh,
fun.
that's so devious. I look forward to you guys abusing the power of that note.
Well, we only get it once, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, until I put another one up somewhere, apparently.
I'm checking
Good
every
game,
note now.
everyone. Much respect and much love all around. Thank you all
Yeah.
Thank you.
for being here and,
Right
and, you know, partying together. Party on, as they say. Party on, guys. I'm gonna go try to fall asleep.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Good night.
Everyone, say goodnight. Disconnect,
Later.
Peace.
and then
care,
we're gonna
everyone.
raid somebody.
Raid them.
Raid.
Let's do the raid.
Yeah. All right.
Those roaches.
Let's see. Who we got?
Raid.
Who we got? Somebody playing Pathfinder or D&D or something on my follow list.
Raider.
There's Astrea D&D. They only have 3 viewers. Let's go raid them. We got a few more than that. Yeah. All right.
Spanish?
I don't know. We'll find out when we get there. All right, everyone.
It's Spanish. That's for Star.
Are you ending the
Star
Skype call?
D&D. I can't end the Skype call until I no longer need my camera because my camera source is pulled from the Skype call. So I'm gonna
Oh.
just actually from here just jump to the end screen and
I'm
then we'll
ending
raid
my
people
call.
from. Yeah, go ahead. All right, everyone.
Good night,
Night.
everyone.
Good night. When
Bye,
we get
guys.
to the channel,
Good
blow them up
night.
with a bunch of
Love you.
emotes. Good
See you next time.
night. Bye.
Oh, I mean, I'd agree with you, but I just, it's something I just feel very